Chapter 316. During this period, a harmonious spirit realm old man came to persuade him. First, he told him how terrifying the Medicine Emperor courtyard was and that ordinary harmonious spirit realm warriors would not dare to provoke them. Then he asked Lin Xian to hand over the little white monkey and apologize. Maybe he could save his life. Lin Xian refused with a smile. He would not hand over the little white monkey. Plus, he was not afraid of the Medicine Emperor courtyard. Seeing Lin Xian's stubbornness, the old man shook his head and left. 5 days passed by quickly. Everyone could see the shore from the boat. Half an hour later, the big black boat reached the shore. Everyone quickly got off the boat. The short old man was the first to get off the boat. The girl in red and the tall old man stayed on the boat. They did this to prevent Lin Xian from escaping. Lin Xian did not care at all. He calmly got off the boat. Those warriors who got off the boat early did not leave. They waited on the shore. They wanted to see Lin Xian's tragic end. After Lin Xian got off the boat, the girl in red and the short old man also quickly got off the boat. Kid, I'll give you one last chance. Hand over the little white monkey, kneel down and kowtow 100 times. Then we'll let you go. Lin Xian looked at them expressionlessly. Get lost while I'm still in a good mood. What? Did I hear wrong? You just asked a harmonious spirit realm warrior to get lost? Crazy, he must be crazy. The short old man was also stunned. It had been many years since anyone dared to talk to him like this. But today an unknown young man dared to scold him like this. Kid, you've angered me. I won't let you go even if you kowtow 1,000 times. Young lady, let me take him down. That monkey will be yours. The short old man quickly said. And then hurry up. Don't waste my time. The girl in red smiled. A monkey that can make Little Red afraid must be a rare demonic beast. It might even have the bloodline of an ancient demonic beast. Sure enough, the girl in red's target was the little white monkey. The short old man walked out with an evil grin. His body emitted a terrifying spiritual pressure. He wanted to make Lin Xian kneel down. However, he was destined to be disappointed. Lin Xian stood there with a smile on his face. He wasn't affected in the slightest. On the other hand, many of the surrounding martial artists couldn't withstand this pressure and fell to their knees. Ignoring my pressure? The short old man was slightly taken aback. He focused his gaze and realized that he could not tell Lin Xian's cultivation level at all. Trying to act all mysterious. Don't think you can be arrogant just because you have 1 or 2 artifacts. In his opinion, since Lin Xian did not display a strong cultivation base, his strength must not be that great. To be able to resist his aura, he must have some kind of treasure. Everything is futile in front of a harmonious spirit expert. The short old man stretched out his chubby little hand and pointed. A fist-sized energy ball formed at the tip of his finger. A terrifying energy fluctuation spread out, causing the surrounding air to distort. Under everyone's horrified gazes, a blue beam of light shot out quickly. Ka-ka-ka. The air trembled as if it could not withstand the pressure, and the sky was about to collapse. In a flash, the blue beam of light arrived in front of Lin Xian. Die. The short old man could already imagine the scene of Lin Xian's head exploding. Lin Xian was not in a hurry. He pointed his finger like a sword and a dazzling sword energy gushed out. The power of wind and thunder vibrated like a divine sword being unsheathed, incomparably sharp. Swoosh. The sword light flashed and the blue beam of light was cut in half. What? Everyone was stunned. Even the girl in red's body was slightly stiff. Impossible, what kind of sword energy is that? How could it cut through my attack? The short old man was furious. Kid, go to hell. The short old man bounced his body and rolled out like a meatball. The earth trembled and the air swayed as if 100,000 mountains were pressing down on them. Lin Xian didn't take it head on. His feet swayed and his body moved at high speed. Like a black lightning bolt, Lin Xian's speed was extremely fast. Even the attack of a harmonious spirit realm warrior like the short old man couldn't touch him. Only now did the crowd realize that they had misjudged him. The owner of this snow-white monkey was clearly a young man with terrifying strength. Fatty, can you do it? If you can't, don't embarrass yourself here. The tall old man shouted angrily. Skinny bamboo, what are you talking about? If you can do it, then do it. The short old man retorted. I order the 2 of you to capture him. The girl in red ground her silver teeth. Don't worry, Mississippi. The tall old man stomped his foot and the ground bulged. Dozens of yellow stone pillars shot out and attacked Lin Xian. Lin Xian's speed increased and he kept flashing in the air. Except for a few harmonious spirit realm warriors, the others couldn't see Lin Xian's trace. Kid, what's the point of dodging? If you have the guts, then fight fair and square. The tall old man tried to catch him. All right. Lin Xian lowered his body and punched out a fist covered with silver lightning marks. Thunder Tyrant Fist. Bright Demon Palm. The tall old man raised his palm and hit the silver fist. Rumble. The terrifying energy exploded and spread in all directions. The profound Yin River behind them was blasted into hundreds of meters high waves. When the energy dissipated, the tall old man took 5 to 6 steps back. Every step he took cracked the ground. On the other hand, Lin Xian stood still with a smile on his face. The crowd couldn't help but gasp. This seemingly weak young man was actually able to suppress a harmonious spirit realm warrior. The short old man and the tall old man looked at each other. They could see the seriousness and shock in each other's eyes. Let's work together. Both of them had the same idea. At this moment, someone suddenly shouted, "The Dark Wind Sect's law enforcement team is here." The crowd dispersed and didn't dare to watch any longer. Lin Xian was also afraid of being recognized. His body turned into a ray of black light and ran away. The girl in red looked at Lin Xian's disappearing figure and stomped her foot angrily. The tall old man and the short old man let out a sigh of relief. They didn't know why, but they felt a sense of fear when facing Lin Xian. They couldn't believe this feeling, but it was real. It was their body's instinct. Lin Xian's body swayed and quickly left the riverbank, heading towards the Pill King Valley. Along the way, he sat on Xiao Jin's back and wholeheartedly followed Wine Lord to learn alchemy. 10 days later, Lin Xian arrived at the Pill King Valley. Lin Xian sighed as he looked at the stone tablet that marked the Pill King Valley. Half a year had passed and he was back here again. Half a year ago he escaped under the cover of D. Quebec. He didn't know what happened after that. Did DK manage to resist everyone's attack? After calming himself down, Lin Xian put away Xiao Jin and walked forward. Buzz. A light flashed and formed a layer of light, blocking him outside. Lin Xian frowned. Did something happen in the Pill King Valley? Senior DK. He shouted loudly. Ripples appeared on the light screen, blocking the sound waves outside. This is the valley's defensive formation. It seems like the valley has been closed, Wine Lord said slowly. Closed the valley? Lin Xian was stunned. He had come all the way here, but he didn't expect this situation. I hope Senior DK is fine. Lin Xian's heart was heavy. Don't worry. Looking at the valley's surroundings, it doesn't look like a battle happened at all, Wine Lord said. Go to the surrounding cities to understand the situation. Maybe you can find some clues. Chapter 317. Crimson Lunar City, the city closest to the Pill King Valley. The Heavenly Mountain Country was indeed a big country. Even a random city here was larger than the main city of Xia. The city walls were red in color, and were tens of meters higher than the Sword Lake Manor's Sword Forge city. Looking from afar, it was a sea of red and looked majestic. After paying the entrance fee, Lin Xian walked in. The architectural style of the city was different from that of Xia. The buildings here were much larger and grander. Not only that, the passers-by were all at the Spirit Sea realm. Even the stall owners were at the Body Refinement realm. This was something unimaginable in Xia. After ordering 2 delicious buns, Lin Xian ate as he walked. The snow-white monkey also jumped out when it smelled the fragrance. Lin Xian bought a stick of candied haws for it, and the little monkey happily ate it. Usually, tea houses and restaurants were popular places for cultivators to stay. News would often spread from there. Lin Xian walked into a very lively restaurant and blended into the crowd to gather information. Most of the cultivators were chatting about all sorts of things, and most of them were about the Pill King tournament. Medicine Emperor Courtyard, Pill Emperor Hall? Lin Xian rubbed his chin. He was very familiar with these 2 names. Previously on the Black Ship, the fierce-looking red-robed girl was from the Medicine Emperor Courtyard. Hence, Lin Xian didn't have a good impression of the Medicine Emperor Courtyard. As for the relationship between the Pill Emperor Hall and the Pill King Valley, Lin Xian was very curious. This big brother, when I first came to the Heavenly Mountain Country, I passed by a valley called the Pill King Valley. May I know what relationship it has with the Pill Emperor Hall? One look and I can tell you are new. These burly men were all very forthright. They pulled Lin Xian aside and explained. The Pill King Valley's Valley Lord is the Pill Emperor Hall's Grand Hall Lord. However, the Grand Hall Lord's temper isn't very good. He stays in the Pill Emperor Valley all year round. You shouldn't go in either. I heard that those who go in can't come out. Now even if you want to go in, you can't. I heard that the Pill King Valley is closed, and no one knows when it will open again. I guess it must be because of the Pill King tournament. Pill King tournament? Lin Xian was curious. What kind of tournament was that? This is a grand occasion for the Heavenly Mountain Empire. Every 10 years, the Pill King competition will be held to select the strongest alchemist. This is a supreme honor. The group of burly men looked very excited, as if they were the ones who got the title of Pill King. Little brother, you don't know, but just imagining this kind of scene makes me excited. I saw it once 10 years ago and it was amazing. When will the Pill King tournament begin? Lin Xian asked. Very soon, about 2 months. During this time you must stay here. When Lin Xian received the news, he contemplated in his heart. If Old Man DK was truly the Pill Emperor Hall's first Hall Lord, there was no way he would miss such an important event. In other words, Pill King Valley would open in at most 2 months. Thinking of this, Lin Xian felt relieved. After all, Old Man DK had helped him once. If he couldn't cure Old Man DK's leg, he would definitely regret it. This would be very detrimental to his cultivation. While Lin Xian was in a daze, the surrounding burly men started talking about the Pill King tournament and the auction. After listening for a while, Lin Xian found out that there would be an auction 3 days later. This is a good time to replenish our supplies. There isn't much spirit wine left. You should buy some spirit herbs and try your luck to see if you can find any treasures. Wine Lord said. Okay. Lin Xian agreed. He left the restaurant and walked towards the spirit herbs shop. He was very rich now. Ordinary harmonious spirit realm warriors couldn't be compared to him. After buying some spirit herbs, Lin Xian handed them to Wine Lord for him to concoct spirit wine. Of course, Lin Xian would also concoct a portion of it. He had never neglected inscription practice, alchemy, and other matters. Now, his level was not much worse than the 3 ordinary inscription masters. After leaving the spirit herbs shop, he walked towards the weapon shop. During the family meeting, his autumn scar sword was broken. Now that his strength had increased, he wanted a higher grade sword. Moreover, he wanted to repair his black cloak and turn it into a true spirit rank artifact. However, this kind of thing required not only precious materials but also a blacksmith master. Otherwise, it would be impossible to repair his cloak. After visiting a few shops, Lin Xian didn't find anything. He could only place his hopes on the auction. 3 days passed in the blink of an eye. In Red Moon City, the news of the auction had already spread. It was said that this time, not only the warriors of Red Moon City, but also the warriors of other nearby cities would come. In front of the auction there was a hubbub of voices. Lin Xian walked in with a trace of hope. 2 days ago he came to the auction once. He took out some of the profound rank weapons and martial arts that he didn't need. Because there were quite a few of them, he was given the status of a VIP. With the VIP token, he was given a small private room with the number 25. He was considered to have escaped the poverty of the masses. However, compared to those large private rooms and luxurious private rooms, his room was still pathetically small. However, the private room also had its own unique benefits. It could prevent others from looking in, which increased the security by a lot. Sitting in a comfortable chair, Lin Xian waited for the auction to begin. The fan-shaped auction stage was dozens of meters wide. On top of it, there was a 1-meter-tall crystal table for placing items. Everyone, without further ado, the first item is a low-level spirit rank martial art, Wind and Cloud 18 Kicks. A beautiful lady said with a delicate voice. In her hand there was a jade strip. This Wind and Cloud 18 Kicks was obtained from an ancient ruin. Its power is even stronger than a normal mid-level spirit rank martial art. Moreover, martial arts are different from other martial arts. If one person buys it, it will benefit the whole family. I hope everyone will consider it carefully. The purple-robed beauty paused for a moment and then said, "The auction will begin now. The starting price is 3,000 mid-level spirit stones. Each increment must be no less than 100 mid-level spirit stones." Hearing the purple-robed beauty's voice, Lin Xian took a deep breath. He still remembered the last time he participated in the auction. The items that were auctioned were only worth tens of thousands of low-level spirit stones. But now, in just 1 year, he was participating in an auction that required mid-level spirit stones. One should know that mid-level spirit stones were far more valuable than low-level spirit stones. Lin Xian had a few million low-level spirit stones, but he could only exchange them for 50,000 mid-level spirit stones. In addition to the 30,000 mid-level spirit stones he already had, he only had 80,000 mid-level spirit stones. The items that he had auctioned were only worth 30,000 mid-level spirit stones. This amount of wealth might seem small, but it was far more than some harmonious spirit realm warriors. After the purple-robed beauty finished speaking, the whole auction house became lively. After all, spirit rank earth rank martial arts were not cabbages. Moreover, it was something that was obtained from an ancient ruin. The price quickly rose to 5,000 mid-level spirit stones. 6,000 mid-level spirit stones. A voice came from the room next to Lin Xian's. Chapter 318. 6,000 spirit stones. As soon as this voice came out, it immediately caused a commotion in the hall. Who is this to suddenly raise the bid by 1,000 mid-grade spirit stones? One had to know that before this, the price had been increasing by the hundreds. 6,000 mid-grade spirit stones, this price scared many people in the hall. They were all ordinary martial artists and did not have many spirit stones. Although the martial artists in the other rooms had plenty of spirit stones, they might not be interested in a low-level spirit-grade martial art. In this way the whole hall became quiet for a short while. Lin Xian sensed that the voice came from the room next to him, and he felt that it was somewhat familiar. Soon he remembered a person. Mu Rong. That disciple of the Mu clan who besieged Lin Xian and had one of his arms cut off. With one arm missing, his strength was definitely weakened, so Mu Rong went all out to buy a leg martial art. And this Wind and Cloud 18 kicks was the best choice. Shaking his head, Lin Xian did not participate in the bidding, but this matter reminded him that he had to change his voice when bidding, otherwise he would be recognized. The purple-robed beauty asked 3 times, and in the end no one made a counterbid, so the winner was decided to be the owner of room 26. 6,000 mid-grade spirit stones had already exceeded the purple-robed beauty's expectations, so she had a big smile on her face. In the following auction the purple-robed beauty put in even more effort, praising each artifact to the heavens. During this time she also sold 3 items that Lin Xian had consigned for a total of 17,000 mid-grade spirit stones. The next item is a bit special, and for people who have a use for it, it might be a treasure. But for people who have no use for it, it might be worthless. The purple-robed beauty slightly raised the corner of her mouth, paused for a moment, and looked around with her beautiful eyes. What is so magical? Yes, great beauty Gu, don't keep us in suspense, hurry up and say it. The martial artists in the hall were impatient. Even Lin Xian was a bit curious. Seeing the impatient mood of the martial artists below, the purple-robed beauty said with a smile, "The next item is a low-level spirit-grade artifact, a Scarlet Dawn spiritual stove from the ruins." After saying that, the purple-robed beauty took out a half-meter-tall red pill furnace from her storage ring and placed it on the crystal platform. A spirit-grade artifact. Everyone exclaimed. Even the cultivators in the private rooms were surprised. One could imagine just how precious a spirit-grade treasure was. However, the majority of martial artists only exclaimed in surprise, but did not have the intention of buying. After all, although the pill furnace was good, they had no use for it. The purple-robed beauty said in a clear voice, "In 2 months, the Pill King tournament will begin. If an alchemy grandmaster can obtain a spirit-grade artifact as a support, then they will definitely be able to shine in the tournament." The crowd exclaimed. This Guyu auction house really knew how to do business, auctioning such a top-quality furnace on the eve of the Pill King competition. The alchemists would go crazy. Sure enough, in some of the large private rooms on the 3rd floor, many alchemists' eyes were shining, as if they had seen a beautiful woman coming out of the bath. Lin Xian had a strange expression on his face. He stroked his chin and asked, "Alchemy requires an alchemy furnace?" In fact, he couldn't be blamed for his ignorance. The spirit wine he refined was also a type of liquid pill, but he had never used an alchemy furnace. The alchemy furnace has a combination of inscriptions that can be easily used. It's much faster than a single inscription, so many alchemists choose to use an alchemy furnace. In other words, it's a type of support tool. Wine Lord explained. A true alchemy grandmaster can use the world as a furnace to refine pills. So it's like that. Lin Xian understood. It was just like him using a movement technique. Although his dragon reverse steps was extremely fast with the assistance of the black cloak, his speed could still be increased by 30%, making him even faster. The purple-robed beauty stood on the auction stage and slowly said, "The Scarlet Dawn spiritual furnace starts at 200,000 mid-grade spirit stones. Each bid must be at least 5,000 higher. 210,000. 220,000. 250,000. From the beginning the entire hall was filled with endless bids. Those voices carried a trace of trembling. Those who bid were all alchemists, and this alchemy furnace was a treasure in their eyes. Moreover, the Pill King tournament was approaching. If they could use a spirit-grade artifact as a support, it would definitely double the strength of an alchemist. Lin Xian heard the sky full of bids and was secretly speechless. It's worthy of being a spirit-grade artifact. In a flash it reached 250,000, and the price is still rising. This phenomenon directly stimulated his desire to repair the black cloak. According to Wine Lord, his black cloak was currently a half-finished product, belonging to the category of half-spirit-grade artifact. Once it was repaired, it would very likely become a true spirit-grade artifact. If that was the case, Lin Xian would be rich. Just as Lin Xian was thinking about the black cloak, the situation outside changed again. 310,000. From the third floor came a cold voice, directly increasing the price by 60,000 mid-grade spirit stones. The martial artists in the hall were somewhat stunned. Just which patron was so bold to suddenly increase the price by so many spirit stones? Many people looked towards the source of the voice, and some discovered that it came from Private Room 10. Private Room 10, isn't that Miss Chen Chen? Is the Medicine Emperor Hall going to make a move? Someone exclaimed. Many alchemists sighed and gave up when they heard that the Medicine Emperor Hall was going to make a move. They definitely couldn't compete with the Medicine Emperor Hall, and they didn't want to offend the Medicine Emperor Hall. The Medicine Emperor Hall was a super force in the Heavenly Mountain country, and it had a close relationship with many 3-star sections. Lin Xian was very familiar with the voice of the owner of Private Room 10. After a brief recollection, the figure of a girl in red appeared in his mind. This girl was the one who wanted to snatch the Snow-White monkey on the black ship. It seems like the Medicine Emperor Hall's reputation is really big, to be able to scare off so many competitors. Lin Xian was somewhat surprised. 330,000. 350,000. However, not every alchemist was scared off. Many of them didn't give face to the Medicine Emperor Hall and continued to increase the price. 410,000. Private Room 10 increased the price by 60,000 again, without a trace of hesitation. The whole hall became silent again, and many people secretly swallowed their saliva. That was 60,000 spirit stones, which was equivalent to the wealth of an ordinary harmonious spirit expert, but it was shouted out as if it was water. It seems like Miss Chen Chen is determined to get it. Many people secretly guessed. But that wasn't too surprising. Something like a cauldron could be bought and shared with others for many years. How could the Medicine Emperor Courtyard give up on such a profitable opportunity? 400,000 mid-grade spirit stones was enough to stop many alchemists. They weren't as rich as the Medicine Emperor Hall. Just when everyone thought that this was the end of the matter, a lazy voice suddenly came from Private Room 13. Chapter 319. 420,000. This voice contained a hint of mockery as though it was spoken casually. The crowd was in an uproar, their gazes all shifted to Room 13 as they tried to guess who it was that dared to challenge the Medicine Emperor Hall. Very quickly, the crowd understood that the person in Room 13 was none other than young Master Wu from the Pill Emperor Hall. Pill Emperor Hall. As expected, only he can contend against the Medicine Emperor Hall. The crowd was enlightened. In the Sky Hill Empire, there was only one power that could contend against the Medicine Emperor Hall, the Pill Emperor Hall. Not only that, the relationship between the Pill Emperor Hall and Pill Emperor Hall wasn't harmonious. Hence, it was very normal for the Pill Emperor Hall to lower the price. In Room 10, Song Chanchan's countenance sank as she coldly snorted, 450,000. Wu Xiaoyu reclined on his rattan chair as a sharp light flashed in his eyes, 460,000. 500,000. Song Chanchan gritted her teeth. She had to obtain this cauldron no matter what. 510,000. Wu Xiaoyu only increased the price by 10,000 each time, but the expression on his face indicated that this spirit-grade cauldron was equally important to the Pill Emperor Hall. The two of them continued to raise the price and very quickly the price reached 700,000. 1 million. All of a sudden, an imposing voice drifted over from Room 3. The hearts of the crowd pounded, their jaws almost dropped to the ground. Even the purple-robed beauty on the auction stage had an expression of shock on her face. This price had already exceeded the value of a low-grade spirit-grade treasure. However, she recovered very quickly. In Room 10, Song Chanchan's face lit up with joy when she heard the voice, "Father, when did you come?" Beside her, the two old men laughed, "With Master's help, this cauldron is ours." In Room 13, Wu Xiaoyu straightened his back as a trace of ruthlessness flashed in his eyes. "Damn it, it's the Medicine Emperor Hall again. How much money do we have left?" A gray-robed old man behind him asked in a low voice, "Young master, this has already exceeded our budget." "Bastard." Wu Xiaoyu smashed the teacup on the table as he stood up in anger. Outside, the purple-robed beauty confirmed the ownership of the spirit-grade cauldron 3 times. This cauldron also became the most expensive item in the auction. Lin Xian was also shaking his head unceasingly. It seemed like alchemists were richer than he imagined. You want spirit stones? It's easy. Wine Lord curled his lips and said, I'll just casually write a pill recipe or take out a set of inscriptions and completely destroy this broken pill furnace. Broken pill furnace? Lin Xian rolled his eyes. Perhaps only Wine Lord would dare to say such a thing. I'm not that poor. Lin Xian laughed. Besides, your item is too frightening. With my current strength, I'm afraid I'll be targeted by many. It's good that you know. Wine Lord snorted. The auction continued, and Lin Xian's items were all sold for a total of more than 33,000 spirit stones. After deducting the handling fee, it was only about 30,000 spirit stones. His current wealth was 130,000 mid-grade spirit stones. Apart from that, he still had a few high-grade profound class artifacts that he had yet to sell. The next item has a mysterious origin. The employer called it the cleansing veil. Its specific function is unknown. After our appraisal, we can preliminarily determine that it is a kind of refining material. A known function? Preliminarily? The martial artists in the hall whispered among themselves, clearly very confused. The Guyu auction house is fair and rigorous. All the items they put out are appraised. Why is this item unknown? Someone asked. The purple-robed beauty was slightly embarrassed, but she still calmly explained, it's not that we don't want to explain, but that our Guyu auction house elders are unable to appraise it. However, this item is made of a special material. It can't be broken by swords or blades, and it can't be burned by fire. Moreover, according to the employer, if someone can take out a 4th-grade pill, she's willing to exchange it unconditionally. 4th-grade pill? Unconditionally? The martial artists in the hall were in an uproar. Many of them sneered, Are you crazy? You want a 4th-grade pill to exchange? That's right. You don't even know what it is and you want to exchange it for a 4th-grade pill. They couldn't be blamed for being so angry. The value of a 4th-grade pill was far beyond their imagination. The value of a 4th-grade pill was even higher than a low-grade spirit class artifact. Alright, let's start the auction. The purple-robed beauty took out a translucent veil-like item and placed it on the crystal platform. The starting price is 10,000 mid-grade spirit stones. Each bid must be at least 1,000 spirit stones. Everyone looked at each other. For a moment, no one made a bid. Little Xian, this is good stuff. Wine Lord was rarely excited. Good stuff. Lin Xian's eyes lit up. If Wine Lord said it was good stuff, then it definitely couldn't be wrong. Don't you want to repair your cloak? Just buy this material. I guarantee that it will become a spirit class artifact. Really? Is that amazing? Lin Xian was delighted, but he didn't dare to show too much excitement. Many of the martial artists here were old foxes. If he was too concerned, it would attract the attention of others. 11,000 spirit stones. Lin Xian made a bid. Someone actually bought it? 10,000 mid-grade spirit stones was more than a low-grade spirit class martial skill. No one made a bid and the atmosphere was a little awkward. The purple-robed beauty's eyes moved and she wanted to say something. At this moment, a bid was called out from private room number 10, 12,000 spirit stones. Miss Qian Xian made a bid? Could it be something good? Many people's eyes moved as they made a bid. 15,000 spirit stones. 16,000 spirit stones. Lin Xian frowned. He paid close attention to the situation and didn't make any more bids. 20,000 spirit stones. Inside private room number 13, Wu Xiaoyu casually called out. Young master, can you tell how extraordinary this item is? The gray-robed elder asked. No, but I won't let the Medicine Emperor Court get what they want so easily. The price kept rising and soon it reached 50,000 mid-grade spirit stones. This price was quoted by room 13, and it was the highest price at the moment. 50,000 mid-grade spirit stones shocked many martial artists. Even Song Chanxian didn't continue bidding. She just thought that the translucent veil looked good and wanted to buy it to make clothes, but she obviously couldn't accept this price. Although she was arrogant, she wasn't a fool. 50,000 spirit stones, is there anyone else? The purple-robed beauty asked with a smile. She was already very satisfied with this price. Wu Xiaoyu's expression eased a little. Being able to make Song Chanxian stop bidding made him feel a lot better. At least in his opinion, he won this round. As for what he bought, he didn't care. However, just as he was about to enjoy this feeling of victory, a voice came from below. 60,000 spirit stones. Everyone was stunned. They didn't expect someone to make a bid, and it was at the last moment. This was simply a slap to Wu Xiaoyu's face. Private room number 25, who is this person? He actually didn't give young Master Wu face? I don't know, but I know he's in trouble. Someone gloated. Indeed, Wu Xiaoyu was furious. He sat up straight and looked down with a sinister look. Chapter 320. Lin Xian's actions were undoubtedly a slap to his face, and a slap to the Pill Emperor Hall's face. Wu Xiaoyu couldn't stand it. Young master, it's room 25. The gray-robed old man behind him said. You dare to compete with me? You're courting death. Wu Xiaoyu sneered. 80,000 spirit stones. 80,000? The crowd exclaimed. Raising the price by 20,000 in one go, he really didn't treat mid-grade spirit stones as money. Hearing the envious voices of the crowd, Wu Xiaoyu felt even better. However, Lin Xian frowned. He could tell that the person who made the bid didn't want the material at all, but only wanted to save face. However, this material was extremely important to him, so he wouldn't give face to anyone. 100,000. Lin Xian said in a low voice. For a moment, the crowd fell silent. No one thought that this unknown material would be auctioned for 100,000 mid-grade spirit stones. 10. Young master, there's another auction in Qingyang City 5 days later. We can't waste spirit stones recklessly. The gray-robed old man reminded. Wu Xiaoyu's face immediately darkened. His body trembled slightly as he stared at room 25 on the opposite second floor. The auction hall was circular in shape with a total of 3 floors. Lin Xian was on the east side of the second floor, while Wu Xiaoyu was on the west side of the third floor. The two were facing each other. However, the security measures in the room were very good. Not only could they not see inside, even soul force could not be used to probe inside. Number 25, I'll remember you. Wu Xiaoyu's tone was gloomy. After the auction, I'll let you know what regret is. Seeing Wu Xiaoyu stop bidding, the crowd was slightly stunned. It didn't seem to fit his title of little tyrant. 100,000 spirit stones? Congratulations to number 25 for winning the cleansing flow muslin. The purple-robed beauty smiled. After Lin Xian heard this, he finally relaxed. However, he was still a little dissatisfied. I actually spent so many spirit stones. Damn it. Wine Lord was so angry that he laughed. Kid, you should be content. This thing is definitely worth more than 1,000,000 spirit stones. For you to be able to buy it for 100,000 spirit stones is definitely a great bargain. Hee hee, Lin Xian laughed dryly and rubbed his chin. Maybe I won't even need to spend a single spirit stone. Didn't he want a level 4 medicinal pill? He probably needs it urgently. Maybe I should meet this employer. Lin Xian did not participate in the following auctions. However, there was a high-grade profound rank sword behind it that was incomparably sharp. Lin Xian didn't have many spirit stones, so he could only watch. 4 hours later, the auction ended. The crowd began to disperse. Wu Xiaoyu brought the gray-robed old man and quickly walked towards private room 25. This action attracted the attention of many people. Many warriors cast sidelong glances. Some shook their heads and sighed. Sigh, looking at young Master Wu's angry face, I'm afraid that the owner of number 25 is going to be unlucky. I told you, the little tyrant won't take this lying down. It has nothing to do with us. Hurry up and leave. Lin Xian opened the door and walked out. He had to go backstage to settle the accounts. In the end, not long after, he was blocked by someone. Brat, your guts are not small. You dare to raise the price with me? Do you know who this young master is? Wu Xiaoyu's expression was unfriendly. Seeing that Lin Xian was so young and had such a low cultivation base, he didn't have any misgivings in his heart. The other warriors who passed by were also surprised. They didn't expect that the person who was competing with young Master Wu would be so delicate and weak. Give me the items you bought from the auction and give me 100,000 spirit stones as compensation. If you do, I might consider letting you off. Wu Xiaoyu lifted his chin. If not, I have plenty of ways to play you to death. This is an auction. The highest bidder wins. If you want to throw a tantrum, you found the wrong person. Lin Xian's countenance sank and his tone wasn't polite at all. You are courting death. Wu Xiaoyu was enraged. There had never been anyone who dared to talk back to him like this. Get the hell out here. This young master will kill you today. After speaking, he grabbed towards Lin Xian, wanting to drag him out. Lin Xian coldly snorted. His body emitted a silvery glow, akin to lightning in the dark night. The surrounding warriors were shocked. They didn't expect that someone would dare to go against young Master Wu. Could it be that he didn't care about the Pill Emperor Hall's revenge? Both of you please calm down. A figure quickly descended. You can't fight here. I hope both of you can control yourselves. The person who intervened was actually the purple-robed beauty. At this moment, her body was filled with the aura of a harmonious spirit realm warrior. The silvery glow on Lin Xian's body flashed and quickly disappeared. He nodded and walked towards the backstage. Wu Xiaoyu's face was ferocious. He glared at Lin Xian with hatred. I don't believe that you won't come out. As long as you come out, it will be the time of your death. After speaking, he brought the gray-robed elder with him, wanting to leave. The purple-robed beauty heaved a sigh of relief. If Wu Xiaoyu really went crazy and attacked, she wouldn't be able to handle it. He actually didn't put young Master Wu in his eyes. What is his background? The purple-robed beauty revealed a curious expression. Young Master, the items you want are here. Please follow me. The purple-robed beauty caught up with Lin Xian. Thank you very much. Lin Xian's expression was calm. He asked, May I know where the employer who consigned the cleansing flow yarn is? I want to meet him. Do you have a 4th grade pill? The purple-robed beauty was surprised. I don't have any pills, but I can try other methods. Lin Xian smiled. Don't tell me you want to rob me? Do I look like a bad guy? Lin Xian smiled bitterly. Alright, I'll arrange it for you. The purple-robed beauty quickened her pace. Not long after, Lin Xian was brought to an elegant room. Inside, there was a thin figure waiting with her head lowered. She kept twisting her fingers, looking very uneasy. You are the owner of the cleansing flow yarn? Lin Xian asked. You have a 4th grade pill? The figure raised her head. It's you. Both of them were stunned at the same time. This thin figure was none other than Lin Xian's old friend from the Black Heaven sect in Yun State, Yin Qingyi. This young girl had always looked delicate and weak. It seemed that she had not changed at all. Big brother Lin, why are you here? Yin Qingyi asked softly. Actually, I wanted to ask you the same thing. Lin Xian smiled. Do you really need a 4th grade pill? Yes. Yin Qingyi nodded heavily. My grandfather needs it. Can you tell me more about it? Lin Xian asked. My grandfather's movements have been getting more and more difficult. He once asked someone to take a look. That person said that a 4th grade pill can cure my grandfather's illness. I don't have a 4th grade pill. Can you let me see your grandfather? Maybe I can find a way, Lin Xian said. Alright, big brother Lin. Come with me. Yin Qingyi led the way. The purple-robed woman waited outside the door. Lin Xian took out 100,000 spirit stones. After deducting the handling fee, give it all to her. There's no need, big brother Lin, Yin Qingyi said softly. Take it, Lin Xian said. I can't take your things for free. Then the two of them walked out. When they were about to reach the exit, Lin Xian frowned. He sensed that Wu Xiaoyu was still waiting outside. This guy is really haunting me. Lin Xian's face turned cold. Chapter 321. Not only can this thing repair your cloak, it also has an invisibility function. Wine Lord said, if you use it together with your cloak, they won't be able to detect you. So magical? Lin Xian was surprised. He realized that this cleansing flowing muslin was indeed a good thing. Wine Lord taught him how to use it briefly. Lin Xian quickly grasped it. He told Yin Qingyi the whole story and said, hold on tight to me and don't make a sound. Yin Qingyi nodded subconsciously. Then she felt a pair of strong hands holding her. Leaning against Lin Xian, Yin Qingyi blushed slightly as she felt his aura. Ready. Lin Xian reminded her. He covered himself with the cleansing flowing muslin and used the method Wine Lord taught him to activate it. An inexplicable force enveloped them. It was as if the two of them had disappeared. Lin Xian hugged Yin Qingyi and quickly walked outside. Because the cleansing flowing muslin was too small, the two of them had to lean against each other. Lin Xian's arm accidentally touched Yin Qingyi's soft body. Yin Qingyi exclaimed. Soon Lin Xian covered her mouth. The gray-robed old man who was standing beside Wu Xiaoyu was puzzled. He used his harmonious spirit realm ability to sense the surrounding situation. In the end, nothing happened. What's wrong? Wu Xiaoyu asked. Nothing. Maybe it's just my imagination. The gray-robed old man shook his head. Young master, there's not much time left. Let's wait for another 2 hours. I don't believe that brat won't come out. Wu Xiaoyu gritted his teeth and said. Under the cleansing flowing muslin, Yin Qingyi was hugged by Lin Xian. Her mouth was covered by his hand. From time to time she would feel a strange sensation. Her small face turned as red as a ripe apple. Even the base of her ears and neck were pink. Lin Xian didn't notice this. His nerves were already stretched to the limit. Seeing that the gray-robed old man didn't make a move, he let out a sigh of relief. He took Yin Qingyi far away before removing the cleansing flowing veil. Looking at the blushing Yin Qingyi, Lin Xian finally realized the abnormality in his body. He removed his hand with a smile and rubbed his nose with a bitter smile. Yin Qingyi lowered her head deeply, her small hands fiddling with the corners of her clothes uneasily. By the way, you still haven't told me why you're here. Lin Xian changed the topic. After that, the two of them chatted as they walked, and Yin Qingyi gradually forgot about what had just happened. In fact, not long after Lin Xian left the Black Heaven sect, Yin Qingyi left as well. She had followed her grandfather to the Sky Mountain Kingdom. Recently, her grandfather had suddenly become weak. She had no choice but to take out the things at home to exchange for pills. With this kind of top-grade material, could it be that your grandfather is a weapon refiner? Lin Xian asked. Yes. My grandfather is very powerful. Yin Qingyi was a little excited, but when she thought of her sick grandfather, her eyes dimmed again. The two of them left the Crimson Crescent City and arrived at the foot of a mountain 30 li away from the city. There was a small bamboo house with a small courtyard and it was very quiet. Grandfather, I'm back. Yin Qingyi ran over anxiously. Cough cough, you little girl, you're running around again. An old man with white hair walked out. He leaned on a walking stick made of bamboo, hunched his back and coughed continuously. Grandfather, it's windy outside. Let me help you in. Yin Qingyi looked worried. Hello, old master. Lin Xian also walked forward. Old man Yin looked at Lin Xian, and an undetectable light flashed across his eyes. This is, grandfather, he's my friend. Yin Qingyi's little face was slightly red. Old master, my name is Lin Xian. I've known Qingyi since we were in the Black Heaven sect. The three of them walked into the bamboo house, and Lin Xian helped old master Yin sit down. Big brother Lin, can you cure my grandfather's illness? Since I took the cleansing flow yarn, I'll do my best. Lin Xian said solemnly. What? You took the cleansing flow yarn? Old master Yin was agitated. Grandfather, don't be angry. It's my fault. Yin Qingyi did not dare to hide the truth and told him everything. Sigh, you child. Old man Yin sighed. Don't do anything stupid in the future. No one can save me. Those quacks in the past were just fooling me. Don't believe their words. If I can see you learn all of my crafting skills before I die, I'll be able to rest in peace. Grandfather, you'll be fine. Yin Qingyi was so anxious that she was about to cry. Senior, don't be so pessimistic. Your illness can be cured. Lin Xian advised. Don't try to brush me off. I know my body. Since Qingyi gave you the cleansing flow yarn, I won't take it back. Old Master Yin was obviously not going to let it go. Lin Xian laughed bitterly. Your illness can really be cured. Actually, Wine Lord had been secretly observing since the beginning. However, the conclusion he came up with shocked Lin Xian. It can be cured? Old Man Yin did not believe him. Then do you know what illness I have? I do, Lin Xian said in a low voice. Seeing Lin Xian's serious face, Old Man Yin could not help but ask. Then tell me. Actually, Senior is not sick. You don't have much time left, Lin Xian said slowly. Old Man Yin's eyes flashed as he stared at Lin Xian. Yin Qingyi, who was beside him, was so shocked that her mouth was wide open. However, Lin Xian acted as if he did not see it. He continued speaking in a low voice. I can feel that there is a death aura in your body that is constantly destroying your body. Crack. Old Man Yin's body trembled. The bamboo pole in his hand was broken. He stood up shakily, his eyes filled with shock. You can tell? Yes. Lin Xian said. Moreover, I have a way to save you. Really? Old Man Yin grabbed Lin Xian's hand and coughed non-stop. Senior, calm down. Lin Xian helped Old Man Yin sit down and laughed. I can help Senior, but I have a condition. A condition? Old Man Yin and Yin Qingyi were stunned. Kid, don't tell me you want to marry my granddaughter? Old Man Yin narrowed his eyes. Grandpa. Yin Qingyi called out shyly. Lin Xian smiled bitterly and rubbed his nose. Actually, it's something else. I heard from Qingyi that Senior is a blacksmith. I would like to ask for your help. Old Man Yin looked at Lin Xian. His eyes lit up. A semi-finished spirit-grade treasure. Not bad, not bad. You can tell? Can you repair it? Lin Xian was looking forward to it. It can be repaired. However, other than the washing quicksand, I need some other materials. No problem. I can get them, Lin Xian replied. If you have all the materials, it can be repaired in half a month. Old Man Yin coughed twice. Senior, here are 2 drops of Earth Spirit liquid. Take them first. I will slowly explain the way to save you. Earth Spirit liquid. Old Man Yin was excited again. That's the life liquid. You actually have such a thing. He took the white jade bottle and drank a drop immediately. A faint black aura seeped out of his body and quickly evaporated in the air. Lin Xian felt an inexplicable sense of nervousness when he saw the black aura. He felt uncomfortable all over. Suddenly he thought of the black lotus that sealed the spirit meridian in his body. It seemed to have an aura similar to this black aura. Chapter 322. Sigh. Old Man Yin sighed heavily. It's all in the past. Let's not talk about it. It seemed like he didn't want to talk about it at all. Lin Xian could only give up and talk about the cloak with him again. In the following days, Lin Xian stayed here temporarily. He passed the black cloak and the washing quicksand to Old Man Yin and went to look for other materials. During this time he also sorted out the method to treat the death aura in Old Man Yin's body and finally came up with a reliable plan. Lin Xian handed the materials he sorted out to Old Man Yin. The latter was so emotional that he shed tears. After spending 10 days, Lin Xian finally gathered all the materials he needed. The next thing was for Old Man Yin to repair the black cloak. During this process Lin Xian watched from the side. Old Man Yin didn't have any objections to this. After a few days of observation, Lin Xian felt respect for Old Man Yin. Not to mention other things, just this method of refining was an eye-opener for him. Old Man Yin even repaired the inscriptions on the cloak. Half a month passed quickly, and the black cloak's repair was finally completed. Lin Xian stroked the black cloak happily and found that the dark red patterns on it were clearer. Hee kid, with the washing quicksand, the cloak's quality is better than expected. Old Man Yin laughed. It has the 3 secret techniques you mentioned and it can be invisible for a longer time. Apart from increasing speed, the black cloak, which had become a spiritual artifact, also had 3 secret techniques. Blood sacrifice cloak. Burning the body's essence blood to activate the cloak and achieve high-speed movement. This secret technique had saved Lin Xian's life more than once. The remaining 2 were new secret techniques. Invisibility. Not only could it hide one's aura, but it could also hide one's body. No one below the spirit detecting realm or 4th grade inscription master would be able to detect it. However, there was a time limit of 20 breaths. With Lin Xian's speed, it was enough for him to do a lot of things. The 3rd secret technique, doppelganger. It could create 2 doppelgangers that were similar to the real body and could last for 30 breaths. Lin Xian happily put it on. With this cloak, his strength had become even stronger. He estimated that this cloak was one of the top treasures among low-grade spirit-grade treasures. After repairing the cape, Lin Xian still had other tasks to complete, so he planned to leave. That's good too. I also want to leave this place and recuperate somewhere else, Old Man Yin said. If I don't die, I'll definitely repay your kindness in the future. Big brother Lin, you have to be careful, Yin Qingyi said with a red face. You too. The next time we meet, I hope you'll become a powerful artificer. Lin Xian smiled. Waving goodbye, Lin Xian left the bamboo cabin. He had already been in the Heavenly Mountain Empire for a month. Seeing that the Pill King competition was getting closer, he decided to make another trip to the Pill King Valley. Lin Xian's figure flickered, and his black cloak fluttered behind him. His speed had reached the pinnacle. The Pill King Valley's surroundings were silent, but there was no longer the previous protective barrier. Looks like the valley has been unsealed. Lin Xian's lips curled into a smile as he walked inside. Not long after entering the valley, he attracted the attention of the martial artists in the valley. Who dares to trespass into the Pill King Valley? Since you're here, don't go back. 4 figures rushed over at lightning speed and surrounded Lin Xian. I'm here to look for Senior D. Quebec. Lin Xian explained his purpose of visit. You're looking for the Valley Master? The 4 of them looked at Lin Xian suspiciously. Why are you looking for the Valley Master? What's your purpose? The 4 of them looked cautious. I can't tell you in detail. Just let me see Senior D. Quebec. Lin Xian shrugged. Cut the crap. Do you think it's so easy to see the Valley Master? What if you're a spy sent by the Medicine Emperor Court and want to harm the Valley Master? The 4 disciples were on high alert, and their eyes were filled with ferocity. What's the matter? Why are you so noisy? At this time a young man rushed over from afar. The young man wore a golden robe with green patterns, and there was a sense of arrogance between his brows. He walked in the air and it was obvious that he was a harmonious spirit realm martial artist. Young Master Wu is here. The 4 disciples said respectfully. It's you? The young man saw Lin Xian and revealed a sinister smile. This young man was none other than Wu Xiaoyu, the one who had a conflict with Lin Xian. Brat, I've been looking for you for a long time. I didn't expect you to come here. Wu Xiaoyu sneered. Let's see where you can run to this time. Young Master Wu, you know this brat? He trespassed into the valley and said that he wants to see the valley master. One of the disciples said quickly. See the valley master? Wu Xiaoyu's eyes flickered slightly. What's the matter? He didn't say. The 4 of them stared at Lin Xian fiercely. Brat, let me ask you. Who are you? Why are you looking for the valley master? Lin Xian was so angry that he laughed. Were these people destined to be constables? I have to talk to Senior DK face to face. Lin Xian said slowly. If you delay my meeting with Senior DK, I'm afraid you will suffer. You. How dare you scare young Master Wu? The 4 disciples sneered. Do you know young Master Wu's identity? No need to say more. Chop him into pieces and use him as fertilizer. Wu Xiaoyu's face was cold. You want to catch me? Don't regret it. Lin Xian's face showed a trace of anger. He was the one who cured Old Man D. Quebec. Logically speaking, he was the benefactor of the Pill King Valley. But now he was being treated like a criminal. How could Lin Xian not be angry? I'll tie you up. Wu Xiaoyu sneered. I want to see Grandpa Han anyway. You 4 tie him up. The 4 of them took out ropes and were about to tie him up. Lin Xian didn't resist and let them tie him up. He said in a deep voice, It's easy to tie me up, but it's hard to untie me. Cut the crap and let's go. The 4 disciples snorted. Lin Xian sneered and followed behind calmly. He wanted to see what would happen when he saw Old Man D. Quebec. Along the way, the disciples in the valley looked at Lin Xian in surprise. Many of them pointed and whispered. Who is this kid? He looks familiar. Who cares who he is? He offended young Master Wu. He's dead. I heard that he trespassed into the valley. He can forget about leaving this place for the rest of his life. The disciples didn't forget to greet Wu Xiaoyu respectfully as they talked. Grandpa Han, your grandson is here to see you. The young Wu Xiaoyu came to a pavilion and said respectfully. Ha, Xiaoyu is here. An old voice sounded. Then an old man in a wheelchair slowly walked out. Your father sent you again? Before Old Man DK could finish his sentence, he saw Lin Xian behind the crowd. Immediately, he straightened his body and stretched out his trembling hands. Grandpa Han, what's wrong? Wu Xiaoyu was puzzled. Following the old man's gaze, he saw Lin Xian calm and collected. Oh, this kid trespassed into the valley. I suspect that he's a spy from the Medicine Emperor Court. I plan to use him as fertilizer. Before Wu Xiaoyu could finish his sentence, Old Man DK called out excitedly, Young Lin, you're finally here. Chapter 323. Not only was Wu Xiaoyu stunned, but the other disciples were as well. They had guessed a million ways that Lin Xian would die, but they never thought that it would be like this. Grandpa Han, are you seeing things? He's clearly a weak ant. Wu Xiaoyu hurriedly said. However, DK acted as if he didn't hear anything and pushed his wheelchair forward. Young friend Lin, you're finally here. I've been worried sick these past few days. The old man's voice trembled. Why are you? DK was furious when he saw the ropes on Lin Xian. What's going on? The 4 disciples beside him trembled and almost wet themselves. Even Wu Xiaoyu's eyelids were twitching. He had never seen DK so angry before. I haven't seen you in half a year and the way you welcome people has changed a lot. Lin Xian teased. When did ropes become popular? It's a misunderstanding, a misunderstanding. DK hurriedly explained. He still needed to rely on Lin Xian to heal his leg. Moreover, the 1,000 spiders, 1,000 poisons grass that hadn't changed in decades had sprouted. This made him trust Lin Xian even more. Who did this? Get over here. DK was furious. Whoosh. The 4 disciples beside him fell to their knees and crawled to DK's side, crying and begging for mercy. Valley Master, we were wrong. We were really wrong. What's the use of telling me? Kowtow and apologize to young friend Lin Xian. DK slapped the 4 disciples in front of Lin Xian. Young friend Lin, I'll leave these 4 to you. Young master, please spare our lives. The 4 disciples were so scared that their faces were pale and they kept kowtowing. We were blind and didn't know who you were. We deserve to die. Young master, please be magnanimous and let us go. Yes, just treat us like we're farts and let us go. Lin Xian smiled. I think it's easy to tie me up but hard to let me go. If it were anyone else, they would have died countless times. What's the point of chopping them into fertilizer? I think you guys are pretty good. Just treat them as fertilizer. Oh, no. The four of them trembled and fainted. Take them away and deal with them according to your valley rules, Lin Xian said in a low voice. DK waved his hand, and the disciples behind him immediately pulled the four unconscious people away. Everyone else looked at Lin Xian in horror, not daring to show the slightest disrespect. Wu Xiaoyu's face was gloomy. It was his idea to use Lin Xian as fertilizer, and it was also his idea to tie up Lin Xian. However, he did not expect his opponent's counterattack to be so fierce that he was knocked unconscious. That you. Come here and untie me. Lin Xian looked at Wu Xiaoyu. You, what did you say? Wu Xiaoyu's face darkened. Are you deaf? Lin Xian sneered. I remember that it was your idea to make me a fertilizer. What, do you want to accompany them? DK immediately understood. It seemed that there was a lot of hatred between the two of them. Forget it. Anyway, the third hall master is not a good person. He always wants to get my alchemy skills. I'll just sacrifice his son this time. Shall you do as little friend Lin says? DK snorted coldly. Grandpa Han. Wu Xiaoyu panicked. He was the son of the third hall master of the Pill Emperor Hall. Now he had to lower his head and apologize. He could not do it. Little brat, you're rebelling. DK's face darkened. A huge pressure surged out, causing Wu Xiaoyu's body to tremble. I'll go. Wu Xiaoyu was about to cry. He gritted his teeth and walked over. His eyes were about to spit fire. Suppressing the anger in his heart, he untied Lin Xian. That's it? Lin Xian sneered, you're too uneducated. Didn't your parents teach you to apologize if you did something wrong? Oh. Wu Xiaoyu's chest heaved up and down violently. His eyes were red and he said in a low voice, I'm sorry. What's with that look? Do you want to take revenge on me? Lin Xian rubbed his ears. I'm going to kill you. Wu Xiaoyu went crazy. Boom. DK waved his hand and slapped him away. Go back, don't embarrass yourself here. Wu Xiaoyu crawled up from the ground and ran out of the valley like a wild beast. Lin Xian, I'll definitely kill you. And that cripple, if it wasn't for my father asking me to get your alchemy skills, would I even care about you? I'll definitely take revenge for this. Wu Xiaoyu roared in his heart. In the valley, Lin Xian did not take this matter to heart. This Wu Xiaoyu kept finding trouble with him. If it wasn't for DK, he would have crippled this bully long ago. Is there any trouble? Lin Xian asked. He's just a little brat, what trouble can there be? DK's eyes flashed. That father of his has been eyeing my alchemy skills more than once. Does he really think I don't know? Alright, I don't want to care about your Pill Emperor Hall. Lin Xian shook his head. I'm here to treat your leg. Little friend Lin, please come in. DK said. The two of them walked into the secret room. DK took out a box of ingredients and his face was filled with excitement. I've gathered all these ingredients. When would you like to start? Now. Lin Xian used his soul to scan the ingredients and found that they were all complete. He couldn't help but praise the Pill Emperor Hall's ability. Ordinary spirit transformation realm cultivators might not be able to gather all these ingredients in 10 years. But DK actually managed to gather all of them in half a year. If we hurry, we might be able to treat your leg before the competition. Lin Xian estimated the time. Little friend Lin, you know about the Elixir King competition too? Old man DK smiled. Are you interested in participating? Lin Xian shook his head. He still had many things he needed to do. If a genius like you participates, your name will definitely spread throughout the Heavenly Mountain Empire. At that time, I'm afraid the Mu clan and Black Wind sect won't dare to find trouble with you. You don't have to praise me. Lin Xian laughed. Besides, I won't be staying in the Heavenly Mountain Empire for long. AI. DK sighed heavily. Actually, I have my own selfish motives. I think if you can represent the Pill Emperor Hall, our chances of winning will increase by a lot. You guys already call yourselves the Pill Emperor Hall. I'm sure you have many alchemy geniuses. I won't join in the fun. Old man DK sighed. Little friend Lin, you don't know. Although there are a few good seedlings in the palace, the opponent is even stronger. Especially the Medicine Emperor Hall. It's said that someone in their younger generation broke through to the 3rd grade. 3rd grade? Lin Xian was also surprised. He was currently only at the peak of the 2nd grade. There was still a long way to go before he could reach the 3rd grade. It seemed like the Heavenly Mountain Empire was indeed full of geniuses. Lin Xian chatted with DK for a while. Then, he carried a box of ingredients and began to teach DK how to concoct the white flower marrow cleansing powder. Chapter 324. Although DK had the pill formula, he didn't know how to refine it or the amount of ingredients needed. This time, Lin Xian wanted to give him all these things. Little friend Lin, not only did you save my leg, you even gave me an ancient pill formula. I really don't know how to thank you. You saved me once, so I'm repaying you. Lin Xian smiled. No, this is two big gifts. The white flower marrow cleansing powder can not only cure my poison, it can also cure hundreds of other poisons. I'm aware of that. This is already comparable to the white dragon ascension pill. Lin Xian's hands trembled as he held the ingredients. His body trembled as he turned around abruptly, his eyes shining brightly. White dragon ascension pill. You've seen it before? Lin Xian asked excitedly. No, but the reward for this year's Pill King competition is this pill. It's said to be an ancient pill. DK said. The reward for the champion. Lin Xian sucked in a deep breath. Little friend Lin, do you need this pill? DK asked. Very much. Lin Xian didn't stand on ceremony. If little friend Lin can represent the Pill Emperor Hall in this competition and become the champion, I'll give this pill to you. Really? Lin Xian was moved. This is a 5th grade pill. Hee, it is indeed a 5th grade pill, but there's only one of it. Old man DK said, not only did you heal my leg, but you also gave me an ancient level 4 pill formula. What can I give you? Even if you ask me to risk my life, I'll do it. DK said. Thank you, old man. This pill is indeed very important to me. Lin Xian was ecstatic. To fuse with the great dragon sword, he first needed to prepare 2 things. The first was a feminine item to protect his body, such as the white dragon ascension pill. The second was the chi of a true dragon. And now, the white dragon ascension pill was right in front of him. However, it won't be easy to become the champion. The Medicine Emperor courtyard is our greatest enemy, DK said. I wonder how the Pill King tournament will be held? Lin Xian asked. Alright, I'll explain it to you in detail. Old man DK put down the herbs and said in a deep voice, there are 3 aspects to this Pill King tournament. The first is the influence of medicinal pills. Within a month of the competition, the various pill factions will rely on the pills they have launched. Whichever pill faction obtains the most support, which faction occupies the largest market share, and so on will be counted in the influence. The second one is a competition for the younger generation. It's mainly about alchemy. The third one is a competition between the top alchemists of the various alchemy forces. After Lin Xian finished listening, he discovered that this Pill King tournament's assessment was very comprehensive, covering virtually every aspect. Only by winning in every aspect would one have the qualifications to become an alchemy king. For example, the Pill Emperor Hall had obtained the title of Pill Emperor many times in a row. However, in recent years, the Medicine Emperor Hall's development was extremely fast. Their strength had already surpassed the Pill Emperor Hall. Senior, how confident are you in winning? Lin Xian asked. In the past, I had a 40% chance. But with your participation, my chances will increase to 60%. Old man DK spoke honestly. 60%. Lin Xian muttered. This wasn't good news for him. However, he had no other choice now. He could only wait for the competition to start and think of a solution based on the actual situation. Forget it, let's treat your injuries first. Lin Xian began to help old man DK with all his might. In the following days, Lin Xian treated his injuries while learning alchemy from Wine Lord. Old man DK's legs gradually regained feeling. In the end, he could even walk upright. At this moment, old man DK cried. Although he was an expert of the spirit transformation realm and the Pill Emperor Hall's first hall master, he still cried when he stood up. How many years had it been? He thought that he would only be able to sit in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. He didn't expect that he would be able to stand up one day. Little friend Lin, you are my benefactor. Don't say that. Lin Xian consoled. After a long time, old man DK finally regained his composure. If the news of Senior's legs being healed spreads out, the morale of the Pill Emperor Hall will definitely rise. Lin Xian laughed. It's not so simple. Old man DK sat back down on his wheelchair. The Pill Emperor Hall isn't as good as it seems. I'm not in the Pill Emperor Hall most of the time. Although I'm the first hall master in name, the ones in control of the Pill Emperor Hall are the other 2 hall masters. These 2 years, the 3rd hall master has been very active. He often sent his son to visit me and even requested to take me in as a disciple. Seems like he's unwilling to be left out. Old Man DK's gaze turned sharp. The Pill Emperor Hall was created by me. In the past, my legs weren't good, so I didn't have the mood to manage it. But now, things are different. This competition might be my chance to regain control of the Pill Emperor Hall. So don't spread this news. You have the final say in your business. Lin Xian shrugged. But the competition will start in 2 days. I wonder what kind of pills the Pill Emperor Hall will take out this time. There were many pills on the market now, but the ones that were in demand the most were still recovery type and healing type. After all, as a cultivator, these 2 types of pills had to be brought along with them at all times. If not, what would happen if you ran out of spiritual energy in the middle of a battle? And there were also healing type pills that could save your life at critical moments. Our Pill Emperor Hall can be said to be the leader of the Heavenly Mountain Empire in the field of healing type pills. Hence, this time around healing type pills will be the main focus. Lin Xian nodded. Healing type pills were indeed in demand. Every time after a battle, he would also drink a few mouthfuls of spirit wine. Old Man DK continued, other than this, because of me, there are also some unique pills in the field of detoxification pills. Healing type, detoxification type. Lin Xian understood. What about the Medicine Emperor Hall? He continued asking. Only by knowing the enemy and knowing oneself would one be able to win easily. The Medicine Emperor Hall occupied the majority of the market for recovery-type pills. Other than this, their pills that could increase one's attack power were also very popular. Lin Xian's eyes flickered. As expected, their recovery-type pills were monopolized by the Medicine Emperor Hall. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to contend against the Pill Emperor Hall. Little friend Lin, this is our healing-type pill, the blood coagulation pill. It can quickly stop bleeding. This is something I've improved. Lin Xian received it and swept his gaze over it, using the method taught to him by Wine Lord to inspect it. He discovered that after DK's improvement, the effects of the pill had increased by a lot. Not bad. Lin Xian smiled. It should be a top-tier pill in the market. DK still wanted to say something, but suddenly urgent cries rang out from outside. Let's go out and take a look. DK sat back in his wheelchair and pushed it outside. Ahead in the main hall. A few disciples of the Pill Emperor Hall stood there anxiously, their faces filled with panic. Hi, why are you back? DK was somewhat surprised. Chapter 325. In the main hall there were already several disciples waiting. Lin Xian pushed Old Man DK as he slowly walked over, his countenance calm. When the crowd saw Old Man DK, their flustered hearts calmed down. Hi, what's going on? Why are you back? DK asked. Valley Lord, things are bad. The news is spreading like wildfire. Ahai anxiously replied. The Medicine Emperor Hall has just concocted a new batch of healing pills. They say that the effects are even better than our blood-staunching and body-strengthening pills. What? Everyone was shocked. Isn't the Medicine Emperor Hall specialized in recovery pills? When did they start to concoct healing pills? Impossible, our Pill Emperor Hall's healing pills are the best in the market. The crowd discussed fervently. Although they didn't believe it, their expressions showed that they were extremely nervous. Enough. DK said in a low voice. Don't panic, the competition is approaching. This news might be spread by our enemies to disturb our emotions. Don't panic. Even if they really concocted a new batch of healing pills, we aren't afraid. Because we will soon have a new batch of healing pills. In terms of effects, it will be much better than the previous batch. Valley Lord is wise. Valley Lord is mighty. Hearing Old Man DK's words, the crowd felt relieved. The crowd dispersed. Lin Xian furrowed his brows. The Medicine Emperor Hall was so aggressive, this wasn't a good sign. Little friend Lin, don't worry. I'm very confident in my newly concocted pills. DK said. Previously, when he was in seclusion, he had been researching this new batch of healing pills. In his opinion, no one would be able to surpass him in the field of healing pills. In the Wind Moon City, there was a majestic palace that occupied a vast area. This place was none other than the Medicine Emperor Hall. Dean, the news has already been released. Everyone is filled with anticipation. A cultivator respectfully reported. However, the Pill Emperor Hall isn't too convinced. Humph, that bunch of trash. Do they really think their alchemy skills are unrivaled under the heavens? In the Great Hall, a middle-aged man coldly laughed. This time we will let them know what it means by there's always someone better than you. Hee, we will definitely crush the Pill Emperor Hall this time. It's all thanks to Elder Blackheart's help. You're truly the benefactor of the Medicine Emperor courtyard. Seated below, a group of elders laughed. At the head of the table sat an old man in a black robe. He chuckled and said, "I hope Dean Song doesn't forget our agreement. Don't worry, as long as we can get rid of the Pill Emperor Hall and become the champion of the Pill King competition, I will definitely do as you say." Song Yunxing laughed. Time passed quickly, and in the blink of an eye, it was the day of the Pill King competition. On this day, the Inscription Alliance issued an announcement, announcing the official start of the Pill King tournament. As this wasn't their first time participating in the competition, everyone was very clear about the rules. In the following month, all they had to do was to bring out their best pills and publicize them. Whoever could win the hearts of martial artists and seize the market would be the victor. There were a total of tens of powers participating in the Pill King competition, but the most eye-catching ones were the Pill Emperor Hall and the Medicine Emperor Courtyard. The two families were on par with each other in terms of strength. They were the top alchemy forces in the Heavenly Mountain Empire, and they had been fighting openly and covertly for many years. Both sides had their own unique points. This time, whoever could bring out a new pill would be able to suppress the other party. Firstly, the Pill Emperor Hall released a new pill, the upgraded version of the blood coagulation and body strengthening pill. The effect of the blood coagulation and body strengthening pill was increased by 20%. As soon as this pill was released, it instantly attracted the attention of many martial artists. Not only that, the pill was immediately sent to the Inscription Alliance for the elders to appraise, confirming that the effect of the pill was as described. Instantly, many martial artists scrambled to purchase the pill, and the entrance of the Pill Emperor Hall was almost broken. During the period of the competition, the pills were all sold at a 20% discount. Such an opportunity was extremely rare, and many people bought many sets of the pill as reserves. After all, this pill was extremely useful. Who knew when it would be useful? As soon as the blood coagulation and body strengthening pill was released, it squeezed out the other similar pills from the tens of powers, occupying almost 80% of the market for healing pills. For a period of time, everyone in the Pill Emperor Hall was exceptionally excited. The second and third hall masters were also grinning from ear to ear. Just as the Pill Emperor Hall was celebrating, and the other powers were shaking their heads and sighing, the Medicine Emperor Courtyard released a new pill. As one of the top powers in the Heavenly Mountain Empire, every action of the Medicine Emperor Courtyard would attract the attention of countless people. Especially on the eve of the competition, there was even news of them concocting a new healing pill. Other than that, they were also the leaders in the field of recovery pills. What kind of pill is the Medicine Emperor Courtyard releasing? Everyone was filled with anticipation. Very quickly, the Medicine Emperor Courtyard's new pill was released. Contrary to everyone's expectations, this new pill was really a healing pill. I believe everyone should know that the effects of our Medicine Emperor Courtyard's recovery pill, the Spirit Restoring Pill, far surpasses other similar pills. After many years of research, we recently made a breakthrough in the field of recovery pills, and concocted a new pill, the Snow Lotus Clear Pill. The effect of this pill is 30% better than the blood coagulation and body strengthening pill. Dean Song Yunxing announced in a clear voice. His voice was like thunder, echoing far and wide. The entire Wind Moon City could hear it. Instantly the crowd was in an uproar. 30% better than the blood coagulation and body strengthening pill? This was simply shocking. One must know that the new blood coagulation and body strengthening pill from the Pill Emperor Hall only increased the effect by 20%. The effect of this Snow Lotus Clear Pill was one level higher than the blood coagulation and body strengthening pill. When this news spread out, the entire Heavenly Mountain Empire was in an uproar. How many years had it been? The Pill Emperor Hall had always been the leader in the field of recovery pills. Now finally, a new pill was released, and it even surpassed the Pill Emperor Hall's pills. And the owner of this new pill was actually the Medicine Emperor Courtyard. If this news was true, it meant that the Medicine Emperor Court had not only dominated the recovery pill market, but even the healing pill market had also become theirs. This was undoubtedly a huge blow to the Pill Emperor Hall. Is the sky going to change? Many people felt a wave of pressure like the night before a storm. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Even if they were beaten to death, those from the Pill Emperor Hall wouldn't believe it. They were the kings of recovery pills, but even they couldn't concoct such an effective pill. How could the Medicine Emperor Courtyard concoct such a pill? Although they thought so, others didn't think so. Many cultivators ran over to the Medicine Emperor Courtyard to test it out. It must be fake. When the time comes, I will sue them for false information and disqualify them from the competition. The third hall master Wu Xiong roared in anger. Don't be impatient. When the inscription union finishes the appraisal, the rumors will be dispelled. The second hall master said in a low voice. The second hall master of the Pill Emperor Hall was an old woman with golden flowers in her hair. She was also known as the Golden Flower Granny. She called out to her disciples, telling them to calm down and wait for the appraisal results from the inscription union. However, the reality was even crueler. Half a day later, the inscription union announced the results. The effect of the Snow Lotus Clear Pill was exactly as described by the Medicine Emperor Courtyard. Not only that, the inscription union also gave an evaluation, saying that this was currently the best recovery pill in the Heavenly Mountain Empire. The entire Heavenly Mountain Empire was in an uproar. Countless cultivators rushed to the Medicine Emperor Courtyard. Chapter 326. The news of the inscription union's appraisal was like a bucket of cold water, drenching everyone in the Pill Emperor Hall. Many disciples' faces turned ugly as they sat on the ground. Impossible, this can't be true. Wu Xiaoyu's face was filled with disbelief. Father, quickly tell everyone that this isn't true. Enough. All of you shut up. Third Hall Master Wu Xiong shouted coldly, do what you need to do. Those who sell medicine, continue to sell medicine. The rest of you, go outside and gather information. Go buy some pills from the Medicine Emperor Hall. I'll think of something with the second Hall Master. After speaking, he and Grandmother Yuehua walked to the back of the hall. Damn it, how could this be? How could they refine it? The third Hall Master's face was gloomy. Did they ask for help? The second Hall Master guessed, no matter what, we have to stabilize the situation. We can't let the Medicine Emperor Hall continue to be so arrogant. Otherwise we'll lose the first round. Then what should we do? The third Hall Master was irritated. Without a good pill, everything will be in vain. Forget it, let's go find old Monster Han. The second Hall Master said. That's the only way. The third Hall Master said, I'll send someone to deliver the news. Soon, the disciples of the Pill Emperor Hall rushed towards the Pill Emperor Valley. In fact, Lin Xian and Old Man DK had already received the news without waiting for the disciples to arrive. After all, this was related to the White Dragon Ascension Pill. Lin Xian couldn't ignore it. However, this result didn't make him happy at all. Old Man DK's face was also gloomy. His body emitted a terrifying aura, causing the surrounding disciples to not dare to approach. He had absolute confidence in his new pill. In his opinion, this pill would definitely expand the market again. But he didn't expect the Medicine Emperor Hall to take out an even better pill. There's a problem, there must be a problem. Old Man DK said in a low voice. If it's a recovery-type pill, I'll believe it. But it's definitely not a healing-type pill. Old Man DK roared, they must have found help. Help. Lin Xian's expression was strange. Can't they find help in this competition? I didn't say that, but there's no one in the Tianshan Kingdom who can surpass me in terms of healing pills. Even the neighboring kingdoms don't have anyone. That bastard Song Yunxing, where did he find such an expert? Actually, it's not like there's no way, Lin Xian said slowly. These words attracted the attention of the crowd, and many disciples looked at Lin Xian in confusion. DK seemed to have thought of something as he stared at him with a hopeful expression. Cough cough. Lin Xian felt his hair stand on end from being stared at like that. Letting out a dry cough, he spoke, I learned some pills from my master, some of which have much better effects than the Snow Lotus Clear Jade pill. Really? DK's eyes lit up. Lin Xian smiled and didn't say anything else. All of you are dismissed. Old Man DK sent everyone away. Senior, a few days ago, I heard from you that most of the authority of the Pill Emperor Hall is in the hands of the other two hall masters. Is this true? Old Man DK froze, then an embarrassed expression appeared on his face. That's true. I've been looking for a way to heal my leg, so I didn't have much time to pay attention to the Pill Emperor Hall. Actually, there are also spies of the third hall master in the Pill Emperor Valley. As for the matter of the White Dragon Ascension pill, even if you agree, I'm afraid they won't let it go so easily, Lin Xian said in a low voice. Old Man DK fell into deep thought. You mean, we can make use of this opportunity to let you regain control of the Pill Emperor Hall and regain your authority. Furthermore, we can also make the other two hall masters agree to the White Dragon Ascension pill. Lin Xian narrowed his eyes. Okay, let's do that. Old Man DK said in a low voice. Senior, don't worry. After I get the White Dragon Ascension pill, I'll give you the pill formulas in my hands. This way you won't have to worry in the future. Really? Old man DK laughed. Then I'll have to thank little friend Lin. Valley Master, someone from the Pill Emperor Hall is here. The voice of a disciple drifted in from outside the door. Old man DK and Lin Xian exchanged glances, then said in a low voice, "Let him in." Very quickly, a disciple hurried in. "Greetings to the Grand Hall Master. Get up, we've already heard about what happened outside. You can return first, this old man will think of a solution." Yes. That disciple could only helplessly retreat. "How about this? I'll make a trip to the Inscription Union first to see if the Medicine Emperor Hall is up to any tricks. Take my token and go to the Pill Emperor Hall first." Old man DK handed over a violet token. Sure. Lin Xian received it and kept it in his robes. After that, the two of them split up. Lin Xian quickly arrived at Wind Moon City. He wanted to understand the effects of the Snow Lotus Clear Jade Pill first. The city was bustling with noise and excitement. Cultivators came and went with expressions of excitement. However, the scene was somewhat strange. The Pill Emperor Hall's side was deserted, but the Medicine Emperor Hall's side was filled with people. Lin Xian squeezed through the crowd and spent a lot of effort to buy a few bottles of pills. Other than the Snow Lotus Clear Jade Pill, he also bought the specialty pills of the Medicine Emperor Hall. There was also the Recovery-type Spirit Restoring Pill and the Attack-type Tiger Strength Pill. After checking the effects of these pills, Lin Xian revealed a thoughtful expression. The effects of the Snow Lotus Clear Jade Pill were indeed better than the Blood Coagulation and Body Strengthening Pill. Moreover, the other two types of pills also had their own unique characteristics. For example, the Spirit Restoring Pill could restore about 30% of one's spiritual energy. However, one couldn't eat too much of this kind of thing. If one ate too much, their spiritual energy would become impure and their attack power would decrease. However, this was already the best recovery-type pill on the market. There was also the Tiger Strength Pill. It could increase one's attack power, temporarily strengthen one's muscles and bones, and increase one's combat strength. However, there were also huge side effects. However, it was also a good choice to use it to save one's life. These were all top-quality pills in the Heavenly Mountain Empire, but in Lin Xian's eyes they were all trash. He had a mysterious expert like the Wine Lord. Even if he used ordinary medicinal herbs, the Wine Lord could concoct top-grade spirit wine, completely defeating these pills. If we're going to play, let's play big this time. Lin Xian's lips curled into a smile. Since he was participating in the competition, the Medicine Emperor Hall was his biggest enemy. He wouldn't be lenient. Otherwise, the White Dragon Ascension pill wouldn't be his. He asked for a few pill recipes from the Wine Lord, preparing to show off his skills. Although these pill recipes were thrown to him by the Wine Lord like trash, they were more than enough to deal with the Medicine Emperor Hall. These pill recipes included recovery type, healing type, beautifying type, and so on. Lin Xian kept them properly and walked towards the Pill Emperor Hall with a smile on his face. Compared to the Medicine Emperor Hall, the Pill Emperor Hall was frighteningly quiet. The entrance was cold and cheerless, not even a shadow could be seen. The disciples of the Pill Emperor Hall sat there with a frown on their faces. Even when they saw Lin Xian, they didn't have any intention to ask. Lin Xian furrowed his brows as he walked in with large strides. "Where are the people? Are they not selling anymore?" "We're selling, what do you want?" a disciple weakly asked. He didn't want to move at all. The impact of the Snow Lotus Clear Pill was too great. It was as though these people had lost their souls. Lin Xian revealed a smile. The more desperate these people were, the more dependent they would be on him. However, this smile was different in the eyes of the other disciples. Chapter 327. The Pill Emperor Hall was at its lowest point, and these disciples had lost their minds from the blow. When they saw the smile on Lin Xian's face, they naturally thought that he was mocking them. Our Pill Emperor Hall is not a place that anyone can bully. If you want to mock us, you should first consider your own capabilities. The surrounding disciples shouted angrily. Lin Xian rubbed his nose helplessly. These disciples were really made of glass, they couldn't even withstand such a small setback? Aren't you guys too sensitive? Or are you really a failure? Lin Xian smiled. Which eye of yours saw that I was mocking you? The Great Pill Emperor Hall can't even withstand such a small setback? Lin Xian shouted coldly. Everyone's body trembled, waking up from their failure. They looked at Lin Xian blankly. Yeah, what's wrong with us? This won't do, we have to be alert. A few of them stepped forward, trying their best to calm down. What kind of pill do you want? Blood coagulation pill or antidote pill? Lin Xian blinked and said slowly, I don't want to buy pills. What? You don't want to buy pills? The group of disciples was angered. If you don't want to buy, then what are you doing here? Are you here to laugh at us? Get lost, we don't welcome you here. Lin Xian's eyes darkened. I want to see your palace lord, quickly go and inform him. You want to see our palace lord? You think you can do that? The crowd sneered, looking at Lin Xian with unfriendly eyes. Do you know who our palace lord is? He's one of the top existences in Sky Mountain Empire. Normally, even some harmonious spirit realm cultivators can't meet him. Who do you think you are? Get lost quickly, or don't blame us for being impolite. Yes, the third palace lord specifically said that we won't show mercy to those who come to cause trouble. I have something to do with your palace lord, it's regarding the Pill King competition. Moreover, it was your first palace lord who invited me here. Lin Xian said in a low voice. You really are arrogant. First palace lord invited you here? You want to meet our third palace lord? Dream on. The group of disciples' faces were ferocious, some of them even took out their weapons. From their tone, Lin Xian could tell that these people were the third palace master's subordinates. It seems that the third hall master is indeed not a good person. Even his subordinates are so arrogant and despotic. Lin Xian sneered. He was not here to be bullied. What the hell? Don't you want to live anymore? A furious roar rang out. Young Master Wu is here. The group of people were overjoyed. Young Master Wu, this brat is causing trouble. He even said that he wants to see the palace master. Should we kick him out? It was Wu Xiaoyu who walked out of the hall. When he saw Lin Xian, his body stiffened and his face sank. Damn it, it's you again. Let's see who's going to save you in this young master's territory. Wu Xiaoyu gritted his teeth so hard that they were about to shatter. The humiliation he suffered in Pill King Valley was a great humiliation to him, so he was in a bad mood these days. Now the culprit has come to him. He can finally take revenge. Men, this brat is deliberately causing trouble. Take him down. Wu Xiaoyu almost roared. Yes. A group of people rushed over with bloodshot eyes. They were suppressed by the Medicine Emperor Hall to the point that they couldn't breathe. They felt extremely uncomfortable in their hearts and needed to vent their frustrations. Thus, Lin Xian had become their outlet to vent their anger. Lin Xian's eyes narrowed. He spared this brat previously, but he didn't repent at all. It seemed like the Pill Emperor Hall really needed to change hands. If not, who knew how many people would be bullied by them? A bunch of dogs, open your eyes and see what this is. Lin Xian took out a violet token and placed it in front of him. Bzzz. The air trembled as countless gusts of wind gushed forth from Lin Xian's body. The gusts of wind were like swords and sabers, blowing on the bodies of the people around him. The palace master's token. It was unknown who shouted. Instantly, everyone was stunned as their faces were filled with unease. It's really the palace master's token. Could it be that what he said was true? I don't need to explain what the palace master's token represents, right? Lin Xian coldly laughed. In the Pill Emperor Hall, seeing the palace master's token was equivalent to seeing the palace master himself. How could these disciples not know this? We pay our respects to the first palace master. The group of disciples trembled. You dare to not pay your respects? Lin Xian held the palace master's token and walked in front of Wu Xiaoyu. Wu Xiaoyu was stunned for a moment, but soon after he was filled with rage. Again he lost to Lin Xian. No, I can't accept this. He's just an ant, how can I bow to him? Wu Xiaoyu's eyes turned red. How do I know if this is true or not? He gritted his teeth. Still not giving up? Lin Xian channeled his spiritual energy into the token, forming a gigantic pill character that resembled a mountain in the air. I'm the son of the third palace master. There's no need for me to bow to him. Wu Xiaoyu quibbled again. Seems like you have forgotten the rules of the Pill Emperor Hall. Don't worry, I can remind you. Lin Xian slowly said. This is the first palace master's token. Let's not talk about you, even if your father was here, he would still have to bow to him. So what if you have the token? Wu Xiaoyu finally couldn't bear it anymore. To tell you the truth, my father is the one in charge of the Pill Emperor Hall now. Let's not talk about this token, even if that old bastard were here, it would still be useless. As for you, go to hell. Wu Xiaoyu unleashed his harmonious spirit realm aura and waved his terrifying palm, wanting to kill Lin Xian. Everyone was shocked. Firstly, they were shocked by the aura of a harmonious spirit realm expert. Secondly, they were afraid that Lin Xian would really be killed. If that happened, the first palace master would definitely be furious. Kneel. Lin Xian also slammed his palm down. Silver lightning surged, forming a terrifying sea of lightning. Rumble. With a muffled sound, Wu Xiaoyu's palm dissipated. His body trembled violently as if he was struck by lightning. Crack. The huge force made him kneel on the ground, creating a deep pit. With just one strike, Wu Xiaoyu was forced to kneel on the ground. Everyone was dumbfounded, standing there like statues. That was the son of the third palace master, the famous little overlord of Sky Mountain Empire. Moreover, he was a genuine harmonious spirit realm expert. Normally, Wu Xiaoyu was a domineering figure. Even the nobles and aristocratic families didn't dare to offend this little overlord. But today he was actually kneeling in front of a young man. These disciples were scared silly, feeling as if the sky was about to collapse. Wu Xiaoyu kneeled on the ground, his head was also in a daze. He had already noticed that Lin Xian's cultivation was low, so he wanted to use his harmonious spirit realm to humiliate Lin Xian. However, he didn't expect that he would be the one being humiliated. I'm going to kill you. Wu Xiaoyu roared towards the sky. As soon as his voice was heard, countless warriors rushed out from the Dan Emperor Hall with shining weapons in their hands. At the same time, a figure flew over from the sky, carrying a powerful aura that seemed to be able to crush everything. Who dares to hurt my son? This voice formed a tsunami in the air, fusing with the surrounding spiritual energy, forming a terrifying wave that rushed towards Lin Xian. Humph! Lin Xian lifted Wu Xiaoyu up and placed him in front of him. At the same time, his body emitted a silver light. Wah! The waves that filled the sky retreated as if they were afraid of hurting Wu Xiaoyu. Brat, who are you? How dare you cause trouble in the Dan Emperor Hall? The third palace master coldly shouted. The elite warriors behind him rushed over. The second palace master also walked over with his walking stick. Do you really think that the Dan Emperor Hall is easy to bully? Chapter 328. Plop. Wu Xiaoyu landed on the ground and immediately jumped up like a spring, howling madly, "Father, kill him, kill him!" Are you injured? Come, quickly consume a blood coagulation pill. The third palace master said worriedly. Seeing that Wu Xiaoyu was fine, he turned his head to look at Lin Xian. However, when his murderous gaze landed on the token in Lin Xian's hand, it was as if he had encountered a poisonous snake. The palace master's token. The third palace master exclaimed. The second palace master was also surprised. She carefully examined the token and found that it was indeed the palace master's token. You were sent by the first palace master? She asked doubtfully. Wrong, I wasn't sent by the first palace master. He invited me. Lin Xian's lips curled up. He invited you? Everyone was stunned. Was this guy crazy? Why did he invite you? The third palace master asked. He was still somewhat afraid of the first palace master. Naturally, I'm here to save you. Lin Xian said in a low voice. The Pill Emperor Hall is suppressed to the point that we can't even raise our heads. Don't tell me you don't want to resist? Hearing this, the surrounding disciples trembled. Even the two palace masters fell silent. Of course they wanted to, but they didn't have a solution. Father, don't listen to his nonsense. He's just a kid who hasn't even grown his hair yet. What solution can he have? Wu Xiaoyu yelled madly. Shut up. Although the third palace master doted on his son, the competition was more important to him. You really have a solution? He asked. Of course, why else would I be here? Lin Xian laughed. Lin Xian's calm and unhurried manner didn't seem to be an act at all. Young master, please come in. My son is still young, please forgive him. The third palace master was indeed a character. He knew when to yield and when to stand tall. At this moment, it was as if he had forgotten what had just happened. The second palace master also laughed. Since he was invited by the first palace master, he's naturally an honored guest of the Pill Emperor Hall. Men, quickly prepare the best spirit tea. A group of people carefully escorted Lin Xian into the Pill Emperor Hall, as though Lin Xian was the Pill Emperor himself. The surrounding disciples were all dumbfounded. Wasn't this attitude change a little too fast? He's so young. What kind of expert could he be? Sure, you can't judge a book by its cover. Maybe he just likes to keep a low profile. A group of disciples whispered, their faces filled with lingering fear. It had to be said that the palace master token was very useful. The two palace masters' attitudes towards Lin Xian had also changed. Seems like the reputation of the first palace lord was still there. Not only that, they had been suppressed by the Medicine Emperor Hall for far too long. They didn't want to miss out on any opportunity. Lin Xian was invited to a large hall. Aside from the two hall masters, there were also a few other elders, all of whom were alchemy grandmasters. Everyone gathered to see if Lin Xian had any ideas. "Young Master Lin, do you really have a way to deal with the Medicine Emperor court?" the elders asked. It wasn't that they didn't believe him, but Lin Xian was too young. If it was an old man, maybe they would be more convinced. "I know everyone doesn't believe me because I'm young. But this time, I'm here on the orders of my master to help the Pill Emperor Hall. So, you don't have to worry about this. If you don't believe me, you can ask the First Palace Lord later." "Master? So that's how it is. I don't think this brat is an alchemy grandmaster." A group of elders suddenly understood. Even the two palace masters started to believe him. Lin Xian laughed, "But this time I'm not helping you for free. It's a deal." "A deal?" Everyone was taken aback, but they soon understood. Indeed, there was no free lunch in this world. "I wonder what kind of reward young Master Lin's master wants?" the third hall master asked. "Regarding the reward, when the first palace lord asked for my master's help, we've already discussed it." Lin Xian slowly said, "I don't need any treasured weapons or spirit stones. I only need a single White Dragon Ascension pill." "What? White Dragon Ascension pill?" everyone exclaimed. "Young Master Lin's master is really arrogant." "That's right, that's a 5th grade pill. And it's an ancient pill." The group of elders were unwilling, and even the two hall masters frowned. A 5th grade pill has never appeared in the Heavenly Mountain Empire before. This is the first time. To us it's extremely precious. The second hall master said, "Why don't we exchange it for something else? No matter how many spirit stones you want, we can satisfy you." "Yes, just say the word," the third hall master said. Lin Xian laughed. He wasn't worried at all. "Although the White Dragon Ascension pill is precious, without my master's help, do you think you can obtain it?" Everyone fell silent. In the current situation they had no chance of winning. At that time, not only will we not be able to obtain the pill, the reputation of the Pill Emperor Hall will also be damaged. Lin Xian laughed. "I heard that the champion of the Pill King competition has always been the Pill Emperor Hall. And that's how the name of the Pill Emperor Hall came about. If we lose the competition, I'm afraid we won't be able to use the words Pill Emperor Hall in the future." Everyone couldn't sit still. What Lin Xian said was the truth. If they lost the competition, they wouldn't have the face to call themselves the Pill Emperor anymore. "I want the pill and you all want the reputation. Everyone takes what they need, isn't that a win-win situation?" "I agree with young Master Lin, and I also believe in the first hall master," an elder said. The one who spoke was Elder Jean. He used to be part of the first hall master's faction. "Old Jean, I'm afraid you don't have the right to speak here." Another elder coldly laughed. "Everything still needs to be decided by the two hall masters." "Yes, and I also don't agree to exchange the White Dragon Ascension pill," Elderly said. "Currently we are only listening to young Master Lin's words. As for the strength of his master, we have no idea at all. It's not good to be so careless. Yes, since he has the strength, why not wait until he concocts the pill first? If he can defeat the Medicine Emperor Hall, it wouldn't be too late to discuss the conditions then." Other than Elder Jean, the others were all subordinates of the third hall master. At this moment, they actually had the idea of gaining something without risking anything. The third hall master nodded his head. "I feel that the elders are right. Young Master Lin, why don't you concoct the pill first, and after you successfully defeat the Medicine Emperor Hall, we can discuss the conditions then. After all, a 5th grade pill is extremely precious, we can't be careless. But don't worry, we definitely won't let you suffer a loss." Lin Xian laughed. "Seems like you all don't have any sincerity. Honestly speaking, with my master's strength, it's not necessary for him to choose your Pill Emperor Hall. If it wasn't for your first hall master begging me, I wouldn't have come here. Since you all are unwilling, I will find someone else. There are many people participating in the competition. Be it the Wang clan or the Du clan. When the time comes and someone else obtains the title of Pill Emperor, don't cry." Lin Xian flicked his sleeves, preparing to leave. Seeing Lin Xian leaving, these people panicked. However, they were still unwilling to give up on the White Dragon Ascension pill. Just like this, Lin Xian walked further and further away. Chapter 329. Just as Lin Xian was about to leave, a figure descended from the skies, blocking Lin Xian's path. Little friend Lin, let's talk things over. Grand Hall Lord, the Grand Hall Lord is here. Seeing the figure in black, the crowd stood up in shock. One must know that the Grand Hall Lord was usually in the Pill King Valley and hadn't come to the Pill Emperor Hall for many years. Now that he appeared, it naturally caused a commotion. Elder Jean was so agitated that his body trembled as tears flowed down his cheeks. He belonged to the Grand Hall Lord's faction and had followed him in the past. But in recent years, the Grand Hall Lord didn't care about matters and the Pill Emperor Hall was controlled by the Third Hall Lord. Now that he saw the Grand Hall Lord, he was exceptionally happy. Little friend Lin, follow me. The Grand Hall Lord's acting was on point. He laughed as he pulled Lin Xian's hand and pushed the wheelchair into the Grand Hall. Grand Hall Lord, why are you here? Some of the elders had an unnatural expression on their faces. If this old man didn't come, the Pill Emperor Hall's face would have been thrown away by you all. The Grand Hall Lord's expression sank. When he was angry, he naturally emitted the aura of a spirit transformation realm expert, causing the entire Grand Hall to turn silent. Grand Hall Lord, don't be anxious. This matter is too sudden. The Second Hall Lord said. No one knew that the Medicine Emperor Hall had such methods. I think they must have invited helpers. Yes, they have helpers. Many elders agreed. Old DK's gaze swept over like a heavenly blade, incomparably cold. So what if they have helpers? This competition didn't say that we can't invite helpers. It's their ability to invite a supreme alchemist. If you have the ability, invite him too. The group of people didn't say anything, all of them lowered their heads and feigned ignorance. Old DK was so angry. Seems like the Pill Emperor Hall had been tormented by the Third Hall Lord all these years. It's fine if you all don't have the ability. But you all even dared to chase away the person I invited. Are your guts getting bigger and bigger? Old DK coldly asked. Grand Hall Lord, this brat is going too far, asking for the White Dragon Ascension pill the moment he opened his mouth. Isn't he robbing us? Elderly said. That's right. We don't know his true identity, so we don't dare to agree rashly, the Third Palace Master said slowly. So, you don't even believe me? Old Man DK was enraged. I'm not here to discuss this matter with you. I'm here to inform you that since little friend Lin has helped the Pill Emperor Hall obtain the championship, the White Dragon Soaring Heavens pill will belong to him. No, First Palace Master, please reconsider. The Second Palace Master also advised. I'll tell you the truth. Not only did little friend Lin's master send him to help us, he even gave me an ancient grade 4 pill formula. So, there's no room for negotiation. What? Ancient grade 4 pill formula? Everyone was stunned. Their eyes were burning with passion. This was too tempting. One had to know that although the White Dragon Ascension pill was precious, there was only one. However, the ancient 4th grade pill recipes were different. As long as one could master them, they would be able to create endless wealth. The Third Palace Master was anxious. His face could not be any darker. No matter how good the ancient grade 4 pill recipe was, it had nothing to do with him. That pill recipe was in the hands of Old Man DK, and he wouldn't even get a single strand of it. Who else has an opinion on this matter? Old Man DK asked coldly. The Third Palace Master wanted to say something, but he was stopped by the Second Palace Master's gaze. Then this matter is settled. Little friend Lin will be in charge of the first round of the Pill King competition. We can't lose this round or else the Pill Emperor Hall will collapse. Old Man DK's roar shocked everyone. Lin Xian calmed down and began to prepare to concoct the pill. However, it was not enough to concoct the pill by himself. Even if Old Man DK was included, it still wouldn't be enough. After all, the consumption of healing pills was too large. It was not something that could be solved by 1 or 2 people. Fortunately, Old Man DK was prepared for this. He brought along his trusted disciples from the Pill King Valley and Elder Jean to form a temporary pill concoction team. These were all people that he trusted. Lin Xian divided the pill concoction into a few parts and assigned them to different tasks. This way, not only would it increase the efficiency, but it would also ensure that the pill formula and pill concoction methods would not be exposed. In the blink of an eye, 10 days had passed. The situation in the Heavenly Mountain Empire was one-sided. Other than the Medicine Emperor Hall, the other participating powers were all suppressed to the point that they could not even raise their heads. Moreover, what surprised everyone was that the Pill Emperor Hall did not make any moves. Is the Pill Emperor Hall going to lose? Everyone was shocked. One must know that before this, the champion of the Pill King competition had always been the Pill Emperor Hall. Not only were the outsiders guessing, even the elders of the Pill Emperor Hall were panicking. The two palace masters were also waiting outside the alchemy room with gloomy expressions. Liar, that brat is definitely a liar. Elder Li's face was malevolent. It's already been 10 days and there's no movement at all. If this continues, we'll definitely lose. That's right. Third palace master, you guys should make a decision. Father, I already said that brat is unreliable. Why don't we take this opportunity to chase him out? Wu Xiaoyu said viciously. Just as the third palace master was about to say something, the stone door of the alchemy room opened. Ka. The ground trembled slightly as the stone door slowly opened. A medicinal fragrance wafted out. It smells so good. What kind of pill is this? Many elders' eyes lit up. Even the two palace masters were puzzled as they exchanged glances. Who is it that wants to chase me out? Lin Xian smiled as he walked out. You. Were you? The elders shook their heads, not daring to answer. What a joke, didn't he see the first palace master sitting behind him? First palace master, how is the pill? Granny Yuehua asked. Old man DK sat in his wheelchair as he laughed in a low voice. Very good, this time we'll definitely win. Honestly speaking, he knew that Lin Xian was amazing, and he also knew that the pill he concocted was extraordinary. But when the pill was successfully concocted, he discovered that he had still underestimated Lin Xian's ability. The effect of this pill was 30% better than the blood coagulation and body strengthening pill he had researched. Even when compared to the Snow Lotus Clear pill from the Medicine Emperor Hall, it was still 20% better. Old man DK believed that once this pill was released, it would definitely topple the entire Heavenly Mountain Empire's medicinal pill market. Don't we need to test the pill? A group of people was puzzled. Of course, but we have to test the pill in front of all the martial artists and let them know that our pill is the best. Old man DK laughed loudly. Test the pill in front of everyone? Everyone was stunned. This was an extremely dangerous matter. If they didn't handle it well, they might lose their reputation. First Palace Master, please reconsider. Don't say any more. Old man Jean, lead the disciples to spread the news. Remember, you must spread it widely. This time, we must destroy the Medicine Emperor Hall. Alright, I got it. Elder Jean left with a face full of smiles. Lin Xian, Old Man DK, and the others also left, leaving behind the dazed crowd. Chapter 330. Humph, he's even more arbitrary than before. The third hall master's face turned gloomy. No, I feel that he's more cheerful and confident than before. Granny Yuehua continued, it seems that he's no longer worried about his legs. You mean his legs are healed? The third hall master's expression changed. Impossible, no one can cure that kind of poison. Granny Yuehua sighed. I used to think so too. But this time Lin Xian and his mysterious master suddenly appeared. We have no choice but to be on guard. That old monster might use the White Dragon Ascension pill to exchange for a chance to cure his legs. What should we do? The third hall master asked. Wait and see. If that Lin Xian is really that mysterious, we'll take extreme measures. Granny Yuehua suddenly laughed coldly. Just as the Pill Emperor Hall was busy preparing, the Medicine Emperor Hall once again announced that they would be releasing a new medicine 3 days later. This time, other than recovery-type pills, there would also be new offensive-type pills. The moment the news came out, the entire Heavenly Mountain Empire was shaken. Heavens, the Medicine Emperor Hall is going to defy the heavens. So many new pills, are they still humans? I bet the Medicine Emperor Hall will definitely be the champion this time. Everyone was discussing fervently, feeling that there was no suspense in this competition. In the past, it was already very impressive for the Medicine Emperor Hall to come out with a new medicine. But this time they actually brought out new pills one after another. The other participating powers were all lamenting. This year's competition was the most stifling they've ever been. In the past they could still display 1 or 2 new medicines, but this year they had no chance at all. However, when they thought of the Pill Emperor Hall that stood at the peak of the Heavenly Mountain Empire being in the same situation as them, they felt much better in their hearts. However, this feeling only lasted for half a day before it was broken. After the Medicine Emperor Hall, the Pill Emperor Hall also announced that they would be releasing a new medicine. Everyone was agitated. Was the Pill Emperor Hall going to retaliate? However, the people from the Medicine Emperor Hall didn't put it to heart. They maintained their arrogant attitude and didn't care at all. At this moment, in the Medicine Emperor Hall, a group of elders were sitting in the main hall, preparing for the announcement 3 days later. This Pill Emperor Hall is really courting death. They actually dared to announce it on the same day as us. What new medicine can they have? It's just a last-ditch effort. Unless they also find helpers. But in the vicinity of the Heavenly Mountain Empire, there are no other alchemy masters like Elder Blackheart. This time around we have to crush the Pill Emperor Hall in one fell swoop. They will never be able to rise again. Pill Emperor Hall. Hearing that the Medicine Emperor Court was going to release another new medicine, the elders' faces turned ugly. Damn it, who the hell did they find? How can there be a new drug? It's over. It's over. I'm dead for sure this time. The first hall master is actually announcing it on the same day as them, and he's even going to the opposite side of the Medicine Emperor courtyard? I won't go even if you beat me to death. The group of elders complained while the two hall masters sat there with dark faces. In the alchemy room, DK frowned. Young friend Lin, even though the effects of the new medicine this time are great, it's only enough to turn the tables. It's still difficult to win against the Medicine Emperor Court. Don't be afraid. Since I brought you here, I'm naturally prepared. Lin Xian smiled. Actually, I've already thought of this situation. I still have a few pill recipes here that are related to recovery, attack, and beauty. This time, not only do we have to turn the tables, we have to beat them into a pulp. Lin Xian smiled and took out a few pill recipes. The White Dragon Ascension pill is mine, so we can't lose. Great. DK hugged the pill recipes, his eyes shining. Once these pills are released, the Medicine Emperor Court is finished. At that time, it's not impossible for the Pill Emperor Hall to unify the Heavenly Mountain Empire. The two of them hurriedly started to refine the pills. This time they didn't refine too many. As long as they made a name for themselves, they could find more people to refine for them in the future. 3 days passed in the blink of an eye. On this day the Wind Moon City was exceptionally lively. The streets were packed with people. The Medicine Emperor Court's booth this time was at the center of the Wind Moon City, the Wind Moon Plaza. There the booth had already been set up. They were just waiting for the time to come to open it. Martial artists were standing all around the booth, all of them waiting impatiently. In fact, there was another booth beside the Medicine Emperor Court. It was just that there weren't many people there, so no one paid attention to it. And that was the Pill Emperor Hall's booth. Idiot, they actually sold their pills at the same place as us. Did the Pill Emperor Hall's head get squeezed by a door? An elder from the Medicine Emperor Court sneered. Ignore them. After today the Pill Emperor Hall will become history. We will be the new overlord of the Heavenly Mountain Empire. Song Yunxing said in a low voice. Pill Emperor Hall. Lin Xian woke up from his cultivation. Although he had been busy with the pill concoction these days, he didn't neglect his cultivation. After a simple breakfast he prepared to leave. Today was the day of the new pill concoction. He couldn't miss this good opportunity. Ouch, my stomach hurts. No, I really can't. I'm too tired from refining pills yesterday. I really can't walk. In the Great Hall, a group of elders pretended to be sick and found excuses, refusing to leave. They didn't want to stand on the stage and be slapped in the face. If that really happened, they might as well kill themselves. Forget it, don't bother with these trash. DK sighed. Old Jean, bring our disciples and set off. The two of you, if you don't want to be hall masters anymore, you don't have to come. After speaking, DK turned and left, leaving behind a group of dumbfounded people. The third hall master's face turned black. He also didn't want to go. But as a hall master he had to go. I really want to see what kind of pills this Lin Xian can take out. Wu Xiaoyu was very excited. He couldn't wait for Lin Xian to be slapped in the face. And just like that the 3 hall masters all went. Other than them there was an elder and Wu Xiaoyu. The rest were all disciples. None of the elders went. The people from the Pill Emperor Hall walked on the streets, instantly attracting the attention of the crowd. Look, it's the people from the Pill Emperor Hall. I heard they also have a product concoction conference. I wonder if their pills this time will be better than the ones from the Medicine Emperor Court? They are actually at the same place as the Medicine Emperor Court? The people in the Wind Moon Plaza were all excited, waiting for a good show to happen. If they really dare to come. Song Yunxing stood on a high platform and looked down. Hee, other than the 3 hall masters there's only one elder. Seems like those people aren't willing to come and embarrass themselves. Many people sneered. Aren't they from the Pill Emperor Hall? Song Yunxing stood on a high platform and said. I didn't expect that even the first hall master would come. Seems like you have put in a lot of effort this time? Yes, Vice Hall Master Song's move is very clever. It has indeed troubled me for many days. DK said. But it's different now. Our new pill has a breakthrough, we won't be passive anymore. Is that so? Now that you mention it, I'm really looking forward to it. Song Yunxing laughed. You will see. DK led the crowd to the stage at the side. Let's start the preparations. Chapter 331. On the Wind Moon Plaza, the two stages weren't far from each other. The air was filled with the smell of gunpowder. It was obvious that the two clans were preparing to go all out. The surrounding cultivators were all excited. They didn't care about the title, they only cared about the medicinal ingredients. As long as you could bring out a good medicinal pill, these cultivators would support you with all their might. After all, the medicinal pills were related to their lives. They wouldn't joke around with their lives. Apart from the ordinary cultivators, there were also many representatives from the other clans present. There were also some major sects and aristocratic clans that were invited by the Medicine Emperor courtyard. Compared to the fiery atmosphere of the other side, the Pill Emperor Hall's side was a little cold. The third hall master sat on the stage with a heavy expression, his cold gaze occasionally landing on Lin Xian. It's all this brat's fault. What rotten idea did he come up with to make me suffer here? However, Lin Xian and Old Man DK both had confident smiles on their faces. They were silently waiting for an opportunity. Not long after, an elder from the Medicine Emperor courtyard walked out and said in a clear voice, "Everyone, thank you for participating in this new medicine exhibition. As everyone knows, medicinal pills are a field that cultivators pay close attention to. Our Medicine Emperor courtyard has always been working hard to improve the quality of our medicinal pills, so that everyone can use better ones. Previously, when our healing pill, the Snow Lotus Clear Pill, was launched, it received good reviews. Even some elders from the Pill Emperor Hall secretly bought our pills. To us, this is also a kind of affirmation." After speaking, the elder even looked at the Pill Emperor Hall stage provocatively. Instantly, the crowd burst into laughter. The expressions of those from the Pill Emperor Hall turned ugly as they glared at the elder. "Bullshit, we didn't buy any medicinal pills at all." Wu Xiaoyu roared in anger. However, the other party didn't care at all. Not only that, the laughter of the surrounding cultivators grew even thicker. "Idiot, it's useless even if you try to explain. The best way now is to give them a tight slap in the face." Lin Xian coldly laughed. "You still dare to say that? It's all your fault for messing with the stage, causing us to lose face together with you." Wu Xiaoyu glared at Lin Xian in anger. "Idiot." Lin Xian directly closed his eyes. Over at the Medicine Emperor courtyard side, they continued, "This time, we've made a new breakthrough in the field of recovery pills. Profound Essence Pill instantly recovers 40% of one's spiritual energy, and can be consumed consecutively within 2 hours. The elder from the Medicine Emperor courtyard announced. What? Everyone was stunned. This effect was too good. It was much better than the spirit-restoring pill from before. The participating forces were also stunned. Taking 2 pills in 2 hours, this is a shocking breakthrough. It had to be known that the previous recovery-type pills could only be taken once and could not be taken consecutively. Otherwise, the spiritual energy in the body would be turbid, and in serious cases, it would cause the cultivation level to drop. However, the appearance of the Profound Yuan pill broke this phenomenon. This had a huge impact on martial artists. Just think about it, if 2 martial artists were dueling and both had no spiritual power left, they could only rely on pills to win. At this moment, if one of them could successively submit twice, it would have a huge impact on the outcome of the battle. "Sai, we've lost. We've completely lost." The alchemists shook their heads continuously. "So miraculous? Is it true?" The martial artists below were somewhat doubtful. "Everyone, the Medicine Emperor courtyard is absolutely honest when doing business." The elder smiled. "The pills have already been sent to the Inscription Union. I believe there will be a result soon. Moreover, this time we have prepared some pills. Everyone can test them on the spot." Test them on the spot. Everyone's eyes lit up. This was the best way to verify the pills. "I'll do it." A black-clothed youth stepped onto the stage. "Hee, it's actually a disciple of the Black Wind sect. Sorry for the disrespect." The elder from the Medicine Emperor courtyard laughed. "The Black Wind sect is a top sect. With their disciple doing the experiment, I believe everyone should be relieved." "Of course, we believe in the Black Wind sect." The martial artists below responded. "Then let's begin." That disciple seemed to have a special secret technique. He actually consumed all the spiritual energy in his body in an instant. Receiving a Profound Yuan pill, the disciple of the Black Wind sect quickly swallowed it. In an instant he recovered his spiritual energy again. His fists danced and struck out with the Gale Fist art. Indeed, I've recovered 40%. The disciple said. Then he dispersed his spiritual energy again and swallowed another pill. Whoosh! A green light flashed. The disciple's face was filled with excitement. He was so excited that he almost shouted. It can be used continuously. It's true, it's true. Hua! The crowd was in an uproar. I want to reserve 100 pills. I want all of them. The martial artists below were completely stirred up. I'm from Sanghuqing's He clan. Give me 10,000 pills. I'm from the Black Wind sect. I want to cooperate with you for a long time. In an instant, all kinds of voices could be heard. The scene was extremely lively. Song Yunxing looked at the crowd around the stage and laughed heartily. Beside him, Elder Heixin also nodded slightly. The elders of the Medicine Emperor courtyard were abnormally excited. At this rate, they would soon occupy the entire market of the Heavenly Mountain Empire. At that time they would be the #1 pill power. Thinking of the spirit stones rolling in the future, these people would probably wake up laughing in their sleep. On the other hand, the Pill Emperor Hall was livid. Except for Lin Xian and DK, the others could no longer sit still. Little friend Lin, is it enough? DK asked. Lin Xian opened his eyes. It's enough. After speaking, he picked up the golden gong beside him and banged it non-stop. This golden gong was a treasured weapon. Under Lin Xian's hammering, a loud and unpleasant sound rang out, causing the fiery crowd to quieten down. What the hell, my ears? Has the Pill Emperor Hall gone mad? On the opposite side, the people of the Medicine Emperor courtyard were also abnormally angry. An elder sneered. What's wrong? Are you jealous of our pills? Even if you're jealous, you can't be like this. If you have the ability, then take out a new pill. What's the point of causing trouble here? The martial artists in the surroundings nodded. Some of them had unkind expressions as they looked at the Pill Emperor Hall stage. Lin Xian saw that the majority of the people were looking at him. He instantly put down the golden gong. Everyone, I'm not intentionally causing trouble. I'm just afraid that everyone is wasting money. Seeing you guys like this, my heart hurts. Lin Xian clutched his chest and said, wasting money? How is it wasting money? The people from the Medicine Emperor courtyard grew anxious. What's the hurry? I'm not done yet. Lin Xian didn't give them a chance to speak. Let me ask, how many of you have bought the Snow Lotus Clear pill? Instantly, several people raised their hands. Lin Xian stared at the dense crowd as he sighed and shook his head. And you still say that you didn't waste money? If you guys could wait until now, I dare to guarantee that you would have gotten a better pill. Brat, what nonsense are you talking about? The elder from the Medicine Emperor courtyard grew anxious as a terrifying aura gushed forth from him. Don't be anxious, let him continue. I want to see what tricks he has up his sleeves. Song Yunxing's expression sank. Everyone, our Pill Emperor Hall is going to introduce a new healing pill called the 100 Herbs Pill. Its effects are 30% higher than the blood coagulation pill, far surpassing the Snow Lotus Clear pill. Chapter 332. The effect was 30% better than the blood coagulation and body strengthening pill. This was incredible news. One must know that the Snow Lotus Pure pill was only 10% better than the blood coagulation and body strengthening pill. Based on this, the 100 Herbs pill was 20% better than the Snow Lotus Pure pill. Everyone was stunned. Their first thought was that it was impossible. This pill was way ahead of the Sky Hill Empire. Full of nonsense. The elder from the Medicine Emperor Hall coldly snorted. 30% better effect? Aren't you exaggerating a little too much? If there was such a miraculous medicine, why didn't you take it out earlier? Yeah, it's obviously fake. He must be here to cause trouble. The disciples from the Medicine Emperor Hall roared. Lin Xian wasn't in a hurry. He slowly said, if I took it out earlier, how can I slap your faces now? The elder from the Medicine Emperor Hall was so angry that his entire body was trembling. Song Yunxing's expression also sank. Originally, it was a good product launch, but because of Lin Xian, it had completely lost its effect. Where did this brat come from? Do you guys know him? The people around him shook their heads. Song Qianqian gritted her teeth and said, it's him. You know him? Song Yunxing looked at his daughter. I met him on the ship. This brat isn't from the Sky Hill Empire. Song Qianqian's face turned cold. Where did this brat come from? Hurry up and scram. If he continues to cause trouble, don't blame us for being impolite. The elder from the Medicine Emperor Hall exuded a terrifying aura. However, Lin Xian directly ignored him. He said in a clear voice, "The 100 Herbs pill has already been sent to the Inscription Union. I believe the results will be out in 2 days. However, in order to prove to everyone, we have decided to test the medicine on the spot. The warrior who will be testing the medicine this time is the son of our 3rd Hall Master, Wu Xiaoyu. Such a move is enough to prove our confidence in the new medicine." What? The little tyrant is testing the medicine? The crowd was in an uproar. They rushed towards the Pill Emperor Hall's booth like a tidal wave. In a short moment, the booth was completely surrounded. There was no helping it. The effects of the 100 Herbs pill were too shocking. If it was real, it would be enough to topple the market. Fuck, when did I say I'm testing the medicine? Wu Xiaoyu jumped up. The 3rd Palace Master's face also darkened. He had never seen a new medicine before, so he did not believe that it could increase the effect by 30%. Now, he was actually using his son to test the medicine. This was obviously premeditated murder. "Dad, I won't go. I won't go even if I die." Wu Xiaoyu was scared and kept begging. "First Palace Master, isn't this a little too much?" The 3rd Palace Master asked in a deep voice. "Whether or not we can succeed this time depends on you. Sending your son up is the most persuasive. For us, there is nothing to lose," DK said slowly. "At this juncture, do you think I will harm you?" Young Master Wu is a little shy. "Everyone give him some time," Lin Xian said in a clear voice from the front. The surrounding cultivators roared with laughter, and the audience cheered endlessly. Wu Xiaoyu's expression was ferocious. He even had the intention to kill. "I'll kill you, Xiaoyu." The 3rd Palace Master suddenly shouted in a deep voice. "Go test the medicine." "What? Am I your biological daughter?" Wu Xiaoyu panicked. "We've never even seen that new medicine before. Who knows what effects it has? What if there are some side effects? What should I do then? This is a competition between us and the Medicine Emperor Courtyard. I believe the 1st Palace Master won't joke about the future of the Pill Emperor Hall. So, go test the medicine obediently." The 3rd Palace Master wasn't an ordinary person. Although testing the medicine would make his son suffer a little, for the sake of the competition, it was all worth it. Wu Xiaoyu's face fell. He reluctantly walked forward and glared fiercely at Lin Xian. He wanted to eat him up. Did they really let the little tyrant test the medicine? However, the surrounding cultivators were stunned. Even the people from the Medicine Emperor Courtyard couldn't sit still. Could it be that the Pill Emperor Hall really has a healing medicine? Song Yunxing's expression changed. With the current situation, not many people were looking at their booth. They all ran to the Pill Emperor Hall. So they could only watch. Humph, it must be fake. Competing with us is just asking for humiliation. The elders sneered. At the Pill Emperor Hall's booth, Wu Xiaoyu stood there with a gloomy face. His eyes seemed to be able to kill. However, the pressure of a harmonious spirit realm expert didn't have any effect on Lin Xian. Lin Xian picked up a profound rank sword and said with a smile, "Let's start the test." Hearing this, the surrounding cultivators were excited. Wu Xiaoyu circulated his spirit energy and formed a tight defense. His defense was very secretive, but it couldn't be hidden from the experts present. He actually used a defense. Looks like this Wu Xiaoyu is very unwilling. That kid is obviously not a harmonious spirit realm expert. Even if he has a weapon, he might not be able to break through Wu Xiaoyu's defense. Looks like they are not harmonious internally. I really hope they screw up. Let's see how they will deal with it when the time comes. The elders of the Medicine Emperor Courtyard sneered. Lin Xian naturally saw through Wu Xiaoyu's little trick, but he didn't put it in his heart. Wu Xiaoyu was just an early harmonious spirit realm cultivator. Looking at his poor luck, it was obvious that his cultivation was forcefully increased by the use of pills. This kind of trash, Lin Xian could kill him in a matter of minutes. The sword light flashed and the sharp sword light slid towards Wu Xiaoyu. Suddenly, a miserable scream was heard. Wu Xiaoyu's face twisted, and he screamed like a pig being slaughtered. On his chest there was a terrifying sword wound. Everyone sucked in a breath of cold air. It seemed like the Pill Emperor Palace was serious. The elders of the Medicine Emperor Courtyard widened their eyes. They were laughing at Lin Xian for not being able to break through the defense, but they didn't expect to be slapped in the face in the next moment. Song Yunxing's face was gloomy. He had a very bad premonition in his heart. On the other side, the 3rd Palace Master's face couldn't be any darker. It's just a pill test, there's no need to be so ruthless. The third palace master's tone was unfriendly. Hee hee, young man, it's normal for you to not control your strength well. Old man DK laughed. Wu Xiaoyu covered his wound and gritted his teeth. You are taking revenge. You are right. Lin Xian transmitted his voice to him. Wu Xiaoyu was so angry that his whole body was trembling. His chest was heaving up and down, and the spirit energy in his body was surging rapidly. Young Master Wu, you can't use your spirit energy now. Otherwise, the wound will automatically heal and we won't be able to test the pill. At that time, I'm afraid we will have to use another sword. Wu Xiaoyu's body trembled, and his face was incomparably ugly. However, he didn't dare to use his spirit energy. Everyone, now is the time to witness a miracle. Lin Xian took out 100 herbs pill. Wu Xiaoyu swallowed it sullenly and stood at the side, waiting for the pill to take effect. At this moment, everyone in the square held their breaths. In a moment, the blood on Wu Xiaoyu's body stopped flowing, and the wound quickly healed. Not long after, the entire wound was clotted, and there was an obvious improvement. Everyone's mouth was wide open. Everyone can see that the wound is clotting quickly, and the injured area is constantly improving. Lin Xian quickly said. Wu Xiaoyu was stunned. He originally thought that Lin Xian was just taking revenge on him, but he didn't expect the 100 herbs pill to be so miraculous. At this moment, other than Lin Xian and Old Man DK, everyone was stunned. Chapter 333. After a moment of silence, the entire Wind Moon Plaza was in an uproar. These people clamored to be the first to place their orders. The Black Wind sect and the other major powers were also shocked. Not only were they shocked by the miraculous effects of the 100 herbs pill, they were also staring at Lin Xian. Wasn't this brat the person they were searching for? Isn't he a cultivator from a remote country? How is he related to the Pill Emperor Hall? What should we do? Should we make a move? Not for now. There's news from the southwest that the Purgatory Hall and the Purple Demon Hall have revived. They have already taken control of that area. Even if we ask them, we won't be able to go there. Not to mention, this brat is so close to the Pill Emperor Hall. At this crucial moment, it's best not to touch him. If not, the Pill Emperor Hall will go crazy. In an instant, all the major powers came to a decision. They acted as if they didn't know Lin Xian at all, passionately discussing business with the Pill Emperor Hall. On the opposite side, those from the Medicine Emperor Hall were stunned. Why did the situation change in an instant? The elders from the Medicine Emperor Hall had pale faces as their bodies trembled. They couldn't accept this reality. I don't believe it, this must be fake. Someone went to buy a pill. In the end, when he returned, his expression was dispirited. This pill is indeed better than ours. Song Yunxing stood up abruptly, his expression dark as he stared at the booth in front of him. Beside him, Elder Blackheart's eyes flickered with a demonic light. Elder Blackheart, do you have any other methods? Can you take out a pill better than the 100 herbs pill? Song Yunxing asked. I do, but the price is astronomical. Not only that, you might not be able to concoct it. Elder Blackheart said in a low voice. In the aspect of healing pills, I'm afraid there's no other pill that can surpass the 100 herbs pill. Indeed, the 100 herbs pill was good, but the price was cheap. This kind of medicinal pill was simply invincible. Damn it, it shouldn't be like this. Song Yunxing clenched his fists. He had been waiting for this day for a long time. First, he would defeat the Pill Emperor Hall in the aspect of healing pills. After that, he would take out other new pills and take over the market. At that time, not only would he win the first round, he would also control the market of Heavenly Mountain Country. But today, the Pill Emperor Hall gave him a ruthless slap to his face. Something's not right. Song Yunxing's eyes flickered with a cold light. The Pill Emperor Hall doesn't have the capability to do so, they must have a helper. Don't tell me it's that brat. He saw Lin Xian. But, no matter how he looked at it, Lin Xian did not look like an alchemy master. Investigate, we must investigate thoroughly. Dean, what should we do now? An elder asked. The healing field is their market to begin with. The current situation is, at most, a tie. It's just going back to how it was in the beginning. We still have the Shen Yuan Dan in our hands and we even have an attack-type pill. As long as we operate properly, victory will still belong to us. Yes, we still have Shen Yuan pills. Hope was restored in the eyes of the surrounding elders. The news of the 100 herb pill seemed to have grown wings as it spread throughout Wind Moon City, and even spread to the entire Tianshan kingdom. Moreover, the Inscription Alliance had also issued an announcement that the 100-herb pill was genuine and worth buying. The booth of the Pill Emperor Hall was packed with people. Those who couldn't get a seat all went to the Pill Emperor Hall. Like a black flood, a group of people rushed towards the Pill Emperor Hall. Medicine, I want to buy medicine. Yes, buy as much as you can. A group of people clamored. The elders inside were all alarmed. They stared blankly at the impatient crowd and subconsciously asked, "You all want the blood coagulation and body strengthening pill? What blood coagulation and body strengthening pill? We want the 100-herb pill. Hurry up, I can't wait any longer." The elders of the Pill Emperor Hall were stunned. They had no idea what the 100-herb pill was. "Did you all go to the wrong place?" one of the elders asked. Instantly, someone told them what happened in the Wind Moon Plaza. When the elders heard this, their eyes were as red as a rabbit's. There's actually such a miraculous healing pill? The first Hall Lord is indeed mighty. You call out all the disciples and treat these cultivators well. Let's go take a look. These elders turned and ran, their speed was shocking. Wind Moon Plaza. Everyone. The elder of the Medicine Emperor Hall circulated his spiritual energy, his voice like thunder. In order to express our sincerity, our Medicine Emperor Hall has decided to sell the Xian Yuan Dan today at a 30% discount. The cultivators in the surroundings cheered as they laughed happily. They were the ones benefiting from the conflict between two hegemonic powers. Just as these cultivators were about to leave, Lin Xian's voice rang out once more. You all don't need to go. Our Pill Emperor Hall has also researched a new recovery-type pill. What? A recovery-type pill? Everyone was shocked. Indeed, before the first wave had subsided, another wave had risen. The Pill Emperor Hall was planning a counterattack. Everyone knew that the Medicine Emperor Hall had always been the leader in the field of recovery-type pills. But now, the Pill Emperor Hall wanted to introduce a new one. What did this mean? The Pill Emperor Hall was retaliating. A few days ago, the Medicine Emperor Hall attacked the recovery-type pill domain. Now, the Pill Emperor Hall attacked the recovery-type pill domain. It seemed like the hegemonic powers were not to be trifled with. However, the recovery-type pill domain had always belonged to the Medicine Emperor Hall. Now that they introduced the Xian Yuan Dan, the Pill Emperor Hall probably didn't have any advantage. The cultivators in the surroundings discussed fervently. Revenge, this must be revenge. The elder of the Medicine Emperor Hall had his face flushed red. Continue to brag, I don't believe they can really come up with a new pill that surpasses the Xian Yuan Dan. Song Yunxing looked at Elder Blackheart, wanting to say something but hesitated. Don't worry, Dean Song, this Xian Yuan Dan is this old man's proudest work. In the Sky Hill Empire, there is no one who can surpass me. Elder Blackheart said confidently. With Elder Blackheart's guarantee, the cultivators of the Medicine Emperor Hall felt relieved. On the Pill Emperor Hall's booth, Lin Xian clasped his hands behind his back and said with a smile, the Qi-generating pill can instantly restore 50% of one's spiritual energy. Within 2 hours you can take 3 pills consecutively. What? The crowd was speechless. The effect was even better than the Xian Yuan Dan. One had to know that the Xian Yuan Dan was a new pill from the Medicine Emperor Hall. Furthermore, Lin Xian dragged his voice. The Qi-generating pill is not only useful for cultivators below the Harmonious Spirit Realm, it is also effective for Harmonious Spirit Realm cultivators. Boom. Some of the Harmonious Spirit Realm cultivators were too shocked and accidentally released a strong aura. They couldn't be blamed for being excited. Lin Xian's words were just too impactful. May I ask this young master, is what you said true? A middle-aged man asked with a trembling voice. Harmonious Spirit Realm cultivators were already able to mobilize the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, so the pills they needed were different from other cultivators. It's true, the Qi-generating pill can increase the speed of mobilizing spiritual energy. Impossible. On the opposite side, the cultivators of the Medicine Emperor Hall couldn't hold it in anymore. Kid, don't talk nonsense. Even our Medicine Emperor Hall doesn't have this kind of pill. How could you have researched it? Why can't I? Lin Xian sneered. Do you really think that your Medicine Emperor Hall is the holy land of pills? You can't do it, but it doesn't mean that others can't. Don't think that your pills are good. In front of this young master they are nothing. Chapter 334. No one had ever dared to insult the Medicine Emperor courtyard, let alone in their field of recovery pills. However, Lin Xian's arrogance didn't seem to be an act. This gave the people of the Medicine Emperor courtyard a bad premonition. Don't tell me they really have it? I don't think so. Song Yunxing couldn't sit still anymore. He took a deep breath and stared at Lin Xian. For a long time, the Medicine Emperor courtyard had been dominating the market of recovery pills. This was also the reason why they could compete with the Pill Emperor Palace. If this field was conquered by others, what awaited them would be a disaster. Elder Blackheart's eyes were gloomy. He had just made a promise and someone jumped out to slap him in the face. This made him extremely angry. Interesting, I want to see if this pill is real or fake. His voice carried a chill that was like 10,000 years old ice, causing people to shiver. Feeling the elder's gaze, Lin Xian's body trembled inexplicably. It felt as if he was being stared at by a poisonous snake. He frowned and swept his gaze forward. When he saw the elder, he suddenly felt an obscure soul attack. Lin Xian's great dragon sword intent rumbled. Sword light flashed in his eyes as the formless sword intent destroyed everything. Although this soul attack was obscure, it couldn't be hidden from Old Man D. Quebec. He snorted and his powerful soul power rushed towards the Medicine Emperor courtyard. Rumble. Like thunder, the sky above the Medicine Emperor courtyard changed. Old Man DK didn't attack, but the warning was very obvious. Lin Xian acted as if he didn't see it and said enthusiastically, "In order to make everyone believe, we will choose a cultivator to test the pill." Everyone was excited to sign up. In the end, Lin Xian chose 4 cultivators. 1 Meridian's Condensing Realm, 2 Sea of Soul Realm, and 1 Harmonious Spirit Realm. This covered almost all cultivation levels, and the result of the test was the most convincing. Not long after, the stage was filled with joyful laughter. It's true. My spirit energy has recovered by 50%. Even the Harmonious Spirit Realm cultivator nodded with satisfaction. The speed of circulating spirit energy is indeed much faster. Such a miraculous pill, I must buy it. Yes. We must prepare more. Ladies and gentlemen, if you buy the 100 grass pill and the chi generating pill together, you can enjoy a 30% discount. I want it. Haha, Elder Duan, I'm sorry. I'm afraid we'll have to change our agreement. An old man from the Black Wind sect chuckled. The chi generating pills from the Pill Emperor Hall aren't bad, so we temporarily don't need your profound yuan pills. Yes, me too. I want to return the goods. Me too. Many people ran over to the Medicine Emperor Hall's booth and returned the pills they had ordered. After which, they ran madly towards the Pill Emperor Hall's booth. Those from the Medicine Emperor courtyard were all dumbfounded. Their meticulously planned press conference had now become a battlefield for the Pill Emperor Hall. And they had actually become foils. This blow was too big. Just a moment ago, they were still dreaming of unifying the Heavenly Mountain Empire's elixir market. But in the next moment, they fell from the clouds to the ground. This can't be real. I must be dreaming. Impossible, it can't be the Pill Emperor Hall. Elder Blackheart, hurry up and think of a solution. The group of elders were all panicking. Father, I'll go kill him. Song Qianqian gritted her teeth. If I knew he was a scourge, I would have killed him at the Profoundine River. Song Yunxing's countenance was terrifyingly dark. He stared at Elder Blackheart. This was his last hope. Elder Blackheart was also infuriated. Fine black chi seethed around his body, exuding a terrifying baleful aura. However, no matter how angry he was, he couldn't take out a pill better than the chi-generating pill. In the end, he could only shake his head with a dark expression. Oh. Hearing Elder Blackheart's reply, Song Yunxing coughed out a mouthful of old blood. Father. Ding. A group of people panicked and hurried over. Elder Blackheart spoke in a low voice, "Don't be anxious. Even if you lose this round, I can guarantee that you will win the last 2 rounds. Not only that, we're only halfway through the first round. We still have a chance." Song Yunxing suppressed the anger in his heart and slowly nodded his head. "There's still time, we still have a chance. Don't worry, I won't let the White Dragon Ascension pill land in the hands of others." Elder Blackheart's voice was filled with a thick, killing intent. The Pill Emperor Hall was in a frenzy, everyone was fighting to buy the pill. At this moment, outside the crowd, a group of old men were trying their best to squeeze their way in. They were wearing the robes of the Pill Emperor Hall. They were none other than the elders who were pretending to be sick. At this moment, they didn't seem sick at all. Each of them was as fierce as a ferocious tiger, rushing towards the crowd. Hoo-hoo, they're finally here. A group of elders climbed up the stage and were stunned when they saw such a fiery scene. Oh my God, what did I just see? This isn't a dream. Hee hee, Look at the faces of the elders from the Medicine Sovereign Hall. They're even more bitter than bitter gourds. Not only were they agitated by the scene, even the two hall lords were shocked. Earlier they thought that they would lose all their face here. Who would have thought that Lin Xian would take out a miraculous pill like a magic trick, turning the situation around bit by bit? That feeling was indescribably satisfying. What are you guys still standing there for? Hurry up and get to work. The third hall lord ordered. Xiaoyu, stop pretending to be dead. Hurry up and get to work. The third hall lord dragged Wu Xiaoyu out of the hall. Lin Xian smiled as he walked to DK's side and threw the remaining pills to Elder Jean. Go and get busy. After saying that, he sat down and drank a mouthful of tea. Elder Jean howled in excitement. He circulated his spiritual energy and roared, "There's also the attack-type Dragon Tiger Bone Strengthening Pill. It can temporarily increase one's attack power and has minimal side effects. There's also the Beauty Nourishing Pill. If a beauty eats it, I guarantee that she'll be 20 years old every year." These two pills shattered the last hope of the Medicine Sovereign Hall. The group of people felt as if they had lost their souls. The last two pills were also selling like hotcakes. One could save one's life, and the other was the favorite of women. At this moment, all the female cultivators or even the male cultivators with wives went all out to buy the beauty nourishing pill. The elders of the Pill Emperor Hall all had smiles on their faces. As they worked, they unceasingly praised Lin Xian and the Pill Emperor. Their expressions were as flattering as they could be. From the looks of it, everyone wanted to worship Lin Xian as if he was their ancestor. However, not everyone was happy. For example, Wu Xiaoyu and the two hall lords. The former was purely jealous of Lin Xian, while the latter was worried that the Pill Emperor Hall's control would slip away. Today's exhibition not only allowed the Pill Emperor Hall to regain its glory, it also increased the prestige of the first hall lord. They believed that not long after, there would be a group of elders and disciples loyal to the first hall lord. Lin Xian smiled as he looked at the stage. His heart finally calmed down. The first step of the Pill King competition could be considered a success. As long as he won the next 2 rounds, he would be able to obtain the White Dragon Ascension Pill. Compared to the Pill Emperor Hall, the Medicine Sovereign Hall, the loser left with their tails between their legs. Chapter 335. Pill Emperor Hall Alchemy Room. It had been 3 days since the new medicine exhibition. In these 3 days the alchemy room had been busy. There were too many people ordering pills these days. Some cultivators had even finished ordering next year's pills. There were even some major powers who had signed long-term contracts with the Pill Emperor Hall to continue buying pills. Everyone was unusually busy. Some people hadn't slept for 3 days. Lin Xian was very relaxed. He had already handed the matter of alchemy to D. Quebec. Moreover, he had divided the process into many steps. As long as DK didn't say anything, those people wouldn't be able to grasp the contents. However, Lin Xian wasn't idle either. He was preparing for the second round of the competition. The second round was a competition for the younger generation. The age of the participants couldn't exceed 30 years old. The others were fine, but the young third-grade alchemist from the Medicine Emperor Hall made Lin Xian somewhat worried. A third-grade alchemist could become an elder in the Inscription Alliance. His strength couldn't be underestimated. Moreover, the second round was based on the quality of the pills. A third-grade pill could easily defeat all second-grade pills. Moreover, the other party had a spirit-grade artifact, the Scarlet Dawn Spiritual Stove. The Pill Emperor Hall had a few youths, but the best was only a second-grade alchemist. Although it was already very shocking in other places, it was still lacking when compared to the Medicine Emperor Hall. Lin Xian tried to break through to the third grade. He had been stuck at the peak of the second grade for quite some time. It was time for him to break through. However, it wasn't so easy to break through to the third grade. Not only did it require strength, it also required luck. Just like that, Lin Xian calmly cultivated. Wind Moon City, Drunken Immortal Pavilion. Wu Xiaoyu hugged 2 beauties as he drank drunkenly. These 2 days his mood was extremely bad. First, he knelt before Lin Xian. Then he was used as a guinea pig on the stage to test his pills. As the son of the third hall master, when had he ever suffered such humiliation? However, Lin Xian was the benefactor of the Pill Emperor Hall. He couldn't take revenge. The most despicable thing was that he was actually rejected when he asked to participate in the alchemy. Little bastard, after the Pill King competition, I'll definitely teach you a lesson. Wu Xiaoyu's eyes were filled with killing intent. He decided that as soon as the competition was over, he would send someone to assassinate Lin Xian. Who made young Master Wu so angry? A soft voice sounded. Who is it? Wu Xiaoyu turned around abruptly. Patter. The wine glass in his hand fell to the ground and he was stunned. Not far behind him stood a woman in thin clothes. Her graceful figure was faintly discernible, making one's blood boil. Her face was even more beautiful, like a fairy that had descended to the mortal world. Hee, so beautiful, so beautiful. Wu Xiaoyu was mesmerized. He pushed away the beauty in his arms and quickly rushed over to hug her. The peerless beauty smiled foolishly, but her body slid out like a fish. Annoying. The beauty acted coquettishly. Wu Xiaoyu felt a burning sensation in his lower abdomen, as if there was an evil fire burning in his body. Little beauty, come and let big brother take good care of you. Wu Xiaoyu's face rippled. The peerless beauty's red lips parted slightly, as if it had infinite magic, causing the entire space to change. What's the pill formula for the qi-generating pill? A seductive voice sounded. Wu Xiaoyu seemed to be drunk as he replied in a daze, I don't know. The pill formula for the 100-herb pill? You don't know? Who knows? Can you get it for me? The peerless beauty said softly. Wu Xiaoyu's expression became very agitated. It's all in the hands of that little bastard. And that old cripple, the two of them monopolized the pill formula, and even my father doesn't know. Plop. Wu Xiaoyu fell to the ground and fainted. What a good-for-nothing. The peerless beauty curled her lips and looked to the side. You heard it, there's nothing. Beside her, the air fluctuated and a dignified man walked out. It was Song Yunxing. He looked at Wu Xiaoyu on the ground and frowned. I didn't expect that even Wu Xiong couldn't come in contact with the pill formula. It seems that old man DK invited him. Fairy Zhao, please act and help me obtain the pill formula. Song Yunxing spoke. After this, I'll definitely send over the pills you need. Who are you going to act against this time? The peerless beauty lazily asked. A young man. I don't know the details, but I know that his surname is Lin. Song Yunxing spoke in a low voice. If we can control him, all the pill formulas will belong to us. Surnamed Lin? The peerless beauty was stunned as though she thought of something. Why don't you ask him out first? Maybe we can subdue him without making a move. The peerless beauty smiled. For some reason she was very curious about this young man. Sure. Song Yunxing nodded. In the Pill Emperor Hall, Lin Xian was drinking tea in a pavilion, silently comprehending the knowledge of alchemy imparted to him by Wine Lord. Suddenly, a sharp arrow flew past, piercing through the void and nailing itself to the pillar behind him. The black tail of the arrow trembled unceasingly, and there was a piece of paper stuck to it. Evidently, the person who shot him was extremely sharp and direct. Lin Xian waved his hand, opening the paper as a smile appeared on his face. The Medicine Emperor Hall finally couldn't endure it any longer? His silhouette flickered as he vanished from the pavilion. In the deserted streets near the Pill Emperor Hall, Lin Xian's footsteps echoed in the air. It's him. The peerless beauty hidden in the shadows was astonished, her beautiful eyes darting about in all directions. I wonder why Dean Song is looking for me? Lin Xian stared at the silhouette in front of him as he asked. Sir Lin, I'll be direct. Song Yunxing spoke in a low voice. Whatever benefits the Pill Emperor Hall gives you, I'll double them. As long as Sir Lin agrees to cooperate with us. There's no need. Lin Xian laughed. I'm a man of principles. Since I've agreed to cooperate with the Pill Emperor Hall, I won't consider anyone else. Dean Song, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. After speaking, Lin Xian turned and left. If you don't cooperate with us, you'll regret it. Song Yunxing was enraged. For the second round, we have a third-ranked alchemist. It's impossible for the Pill Emperor Hall to win. Then let's wait and see. Lin Xian's voice was filled with disdain. Damnable fellow. Song Yunxing saw that Lin Xian didn't even stop, and his heart went crazy. He had already stated very generous conditions. If it was someone else, they would have long agreed. However, Lin Xian didn't seem to be moved in the slightest. This person cannot be allowed to live. Song Yunxing's killing intent surged. Since he couldn't use this person, he couldn't give him to his enemies. In that instant, Song Yunxing had the impulse to act. However, he ultimately restrained himself. Firstly, this place was too close to the Pill Emperor Hall. If he acted rashly, he might attract the attention of Old Man D. Quebec. Not only that, a pair of jade-like hands stopped him. Dean Song, let me try this person. The mysterious beauty smiled. Then I'll have to trouble Fairy Zhao. Song Yunxing sighed as his silhouette gradually disappeared. The moon was bright and the stars were sparse, everything was peaceful. In the Pill Emperor Hall, other than the alchemy room, the other places were also quiet. Lin Xian lay on his bed, his hands resting on his head as he stared at the night sky outside the window. Suddenly, the air in his room trembled slightly, as though there was a gust of wind blowing past. Lin Xian's eyes narrowed. Just as he was about to move, he felt an ice-cold body slipping under his blanket, coiling around him like a poisonous snake. That body was cold and slippery, as though it could ignite the evil fire in his body. Chapter 336. Lin Xian's heart throbbed as he felt the cold and alluring body in his arms. The person was too fast and had even concealed her aura. If it weren't for his powerful soul, he wouldn't have been able to detect her. Even so, he was still a step too slow. Lin Xian felt a pair of cold hands moving around his body, causing his entire body to tremble. The great dragon sword intent in his body rumbled, and he immediately regained his clarity. He snorted coldly and silver lightning flashed around his body. Lin Xian counterattacked with his palm. His control over his power was very precise. It seemed fierce, but it didn't destroy anything in the surroundings. Even the air only rippled slightly. Silver light flashed like lightning cutting through the darkness. With the help of the light, Lin Xian saw a seductive body lying lazily on his bed. The woman chuckled lightly and her palm danced lightly, bringing with it an indescribable power. A gentle force like water ripples cleverly parried the lightning fist. For some reason, although Lin Xian had never seen that beautiful face, he felt that the woman's eyes were very familiar, as if he had seen them somewhere before. However, now was not the time to think because the other party's palm had already arrived. The jade bowl danced and the surrounding spirit chi gently stirred, as if forming a small world enveloping Lin Xian. The woman's control was also very exquisite. She only controlled the energy within a small area, and didn't alarm anyone else. Lin Xian's 5 fingers danced, forming a circle of electricity. Like a sharp saw, it cut through the imprisonment. At the same time, 50% of the great dragon sword intent in his body suddenly erupted, forming a terrifying sword chi that pierced toward the graceful body. Ah! The mysterious woman felt the danger and screamed. Mysterious runes appeared in her eyes, forming a defensive barrier. Ding ding ding. Rapid sounds of collision rang out, forming a string of sparks in the air. You're still the same, so ruthless even against beauties. The mysterious woman said bitterly. Who are you? What are you doing here? Lin Xian frowned. The runes in her eyes were too mysterious, and they were actually able to block his sword intent. I'm so sad. The woman's voice was mellow. You heartless person. I even followed you for a period of time. Lin Xian was surprised. This seemed to be an acquaintance. Suddenly, a figure with a seductive expression appeared in his mind. You are Zhao Shui. Hee, at least you have a conscience. The beauty laughed. But what about your face? Lin Xian's eyes flashed as he looked at Zhao Shui. Little scoundrel, what are you looking at? Zhao Shui chuckled and posed in an even more alluring posture. Lin Xian blushed and didn't dare to look anymore. However, he still had doubts in his heart. Although Zhao Shui was beautiful back then, she wasn't stunning. She wasn't as alluring as she was now. What if this is my true face? Zhao Shui moved closer to Lin Xian. Even though Lin Xian looked calm on the surface, his heart was pounding madly. Even though he was extremely strong and could easily make the Yao Huang courtyard run in circles, he was actually just an 18-year-old boy. At that age, the body was extremely restless. Besides, Lin Xian had never experienced this kind of thing before, so he couldn't help but feel a little nervous. Yes, nervous. He didn't know how long it had been since he had felt this way. Even when he was fighting against Lin Feng, he hadn't been nervous. Hee, you're blushing. Zhao Shui moved closer to him. Are you still a pure and innocent boy? You came here to flirt? Lin Xian smiled wryly and touched his nose. You're really a blockhead. Zhao Shui leaned against Lin Xian and played with her hair. The Yao Huang courtyard invited me. What? Lin Xian was surprised. They failed to recruit you, so now they want to kill you. Zhao Shui said slowly. But don't worry, I can't bear to do anything to you. But you still have to be careful. How do you know those people from the Yao Huang courtyard? Lin Xian was puzzled. Open a business. Otherwise I'll starve to death. Zhao Shui rolled her eyes. This mission failed. It seems like I won't get my reward. Zhao Shui sighed. What kind of reward? Lin Xian was curious. A level 4 pill. Zhao Shui said. Why don't you help me refine it? I'm only a level 2 inscription master, okay? Lin Xian muttered. I have a way for you to get your reward. What way? Zhao Shui suddenly hugged Lin Xian's arm. Feeling the softness of Zhao Shui's chest, Lin Xian's body stiffened. He pulled his arm out without a trace. He slowly said, I can create 2 pill formulas. These 2 pill formulas don't have any flaws just by looking at them, but they won't be able to be refined successfully. And if they really succeed, there will be a big surprise waiting for them. As long as you're not afraid of them finding trouble with you, you can give it a try. Lin Xian said. So mysterious? Zhao Shui blinked her eyes. Then it's decided. But I won't personally deliver it. Seeing Lin Xian's puzzled expression, Zhao Shui continued, Your pill Emperor Hall's Wuxiaoyu can be used. Lin Xian laughed. This woman was really strange. After which he asked Wine Lord to create 2 fake pill formulas and used his soul force to inscribe them on the jade slips. These pill formulas stored in jade slips were different from ordinary paper. These pill formulas needed to be sensed with one soul force and could record all the details of the refinement process. Done. Lin Xian passed the 2 jade slips over. You're so nice. Zhao Shui kissed Lin Xian's cheek and left with a smile. Zhao Shui didn't leave the pill Emperor Hall. She found Wuxiaoyu again and used her illusion technique, instilling him with fake memories. You risked your life to steal these 2 jade slips. The reason was to meet that peerless fairy. Now, quickly go to the drunken immortal pavilion. Inscriptions flashed in Zhao Shui's eyes as she set up a powerful illusion technique. After which she placed the 2 jade slips on the ground. She had the mysterious stone eyeball, and the illusion technique she cast was even stronger than Lin Xian's. Wuxiaoyu didn't resist at all and was completely lost in the illusion. When Wuxiaoyu woke up again, he discovered that there was no one around except for the 2 jade slips on the ground. Rubbing his head, he suddenly remembered that he risked his life to steal these pill formulas. Hee little beauty, this young master is coming. Licking his lips, Wuxiaoyu ran towards the drunken immortal pavilion. Drunken immortal pavilion, 3rd level. Zhao Shui helplessly shrugged. That brat was together with old man de Quebec. I couldn't do anything. However, I met Wuxiaoyu again and used my illusion technique on him. That brat is lucky. Song Yunxing coldly snorted. After which, he smiled and said to Zhao Shui, Thank you, Fairy Zhao. Ah, this young master is here again. Little beauty, quickly come out. A loud voice suddenly rang out from below. Who is it? Song Yunxing's expression sank. Master, it's the little tyrant of the Pill Emperor Hall. Someone outside the door replied. Chapter 337. Wuxiaoyu had been shouting outside the door for a long time. Just as he was about to use his spiritual energy to open the door to Drunken Immortal Pavilion suddenly opened. So it's young Master Wu. Please come in. A few flirtatious women pulled him in. What's wrong with you guys? Why are you so slow? Wuxiaoyu said unhappily. At the same time, his big hands had already wrapped around the young women beside him and kept rubbing them. Where's the little beauty I saw yesterday? Hurry up and ask her to come out. Wuxiaoyu's eyes flashed with excitement. You heartless man. Why do you still want a beauty when you already have us? The young women beside him coquettishly complained. I'll keep you guys well. Today I want that little beauty. Wuxiaoyu was like a hungry wolf. Okay. Don't worry, young Master Wu. We'll go get her for you, okay? They quickly left, leaving Wuxiaoyu alone on the 2nd floor. Not long after, a strange fragrance wafted in the air. Then a hazy figure appeared. Little beauty, it's really you. Wuxiaoyu's saliva was dripping. He had never seen such a beautiful person. Did you bring the things? A seductive voice sounded. Yes, I brought them. Wuxiaoyu's eyes were misty. He flicked his storage ring and took out 2 jade slips. You're so obedient. Zhao Shui waved her sleeve and released an inexplicable energy, causing Wuxiaoyu to faint. Next to her, the air fluctuated and Song Yunxing's voice appeared. He grabbed the 2 jade slips in his hand. Using his spiritual energy, Song Yunxing quickly read them. Soon he smiled. Generally speaking, he didn't find anything unusual. However, according to his cautious nature, he didn't dare to make a rash decision. How is it? Can you give me my reward now? Zhao Shui asked. This. Song Yunxing smiled. I can't confirm the authenticity of this pill recipe yet. Fairy Zhao, please wait a little longer. How long do I have to wait? I'm pressed for time. Zhao Shui's face darkened. How about this, Fairy Zhao, come back with me. I have an expert in my residence. As long as he thinks there's no problem, I'll give you the things immediately. Zhao Shui pondered for a moment. She remembered that Lin Xian had said that there was no problem with this pill formula just by looking at its surface. Even if it had just been refined, there wouldn't be any problems. Little bastard, I'll believe you this time. Zhao Shui pouted in her heart. Alright, since Dean Song has said so, I'll promise you, Zhao Shui said. However, I hope that Dean Song can keep his promise this time. Of course. Song Yunxing smiled. In the main hall of the Medicine Emperor courtyard, Zhao Shui followed Song Yunxing back. Not long after, she saw a black-robed old man drifting over like a cold wind. Elder Blackheart, the pill formulas are in my hands. However, I still need you to appraise them. Song Yunxing handed over the 2 pill formulas. Elder Blackheart used his soul power to check carefully. After a while, he nodded with a serious expression. No problem. I didn't think that there would actually be someone with such profound attainments in alchemy. Really? Hearing that there were no problems with the pill formulas, Song Yunxing was so excited that he almost jumped up. Fairy Zhao, this is your reward. With a flip of his palm, he took out a small white jade bottle from his interspatial ring. Zhao Shui received the jade bottle, opened it and took a whiff. Only after discovering that there were no problems did she bid farewell with a smile on her face. In the following days, the Medicine Emperor Hall was once again bustling with activity. They purchased medicinal ingredients, arranged the pill formulas and prepared to concoct the pills. Some of the elders were extremely excited. As long as they could concoct the 100 herbs pill and chi-generating pill, they would be able to contend against the Pill Emperor Hall. At that time, with the addition of other pills, they would have a very high chance of winning. Song Yunxing was also filled with pride. His ambition to unify the entire alchemy market of the Skyhill Empire rose once again. This time around he had to win beautifully. After the preparations were completed, Song Yunxing led the other elders into the pill formulas. Even Elder Blackheart followed them in. This time around they purchased a large amount of medicinal ingredients and used many top-notch pill furnaces, hoping that they would be able to concoct top-notch pills. As the stone door closed, waves of heat could be felt from the pill formulas. Time flowed by slowly, the pills gradually took shape. The elders all had wild smiles in their eyes. Song Yunxing also nodded his head in satisfaction. However, at this moment, the pills in the pill furnaces suddenly trembled violently. Calm down. Song Yunxing coldly snorted. Don't be too happy. If you want to celebrate, it wouldn't be too late to wait until the pills are concocted. The elders nodded their heads and started to concoct the pills. However, the pills in the pill furnaces were abnormally violent, as though they had gone crazy. Dean, we can't control it anymore. Some of the elders broke out in cold sweat. Impossible, did you all follow the pill formulas? Elder Blackheart asked in a low voice. We followed the pill formulas completely, there wasn't a single mistake. The elders were on the verge of tears. Could it be that the pill formulas? Before Song Yunxing could react, the pill furnaces in the distance suddenly exploded. Rumble, the fuse was ignited and all the pill furnaces in the room exploded. Terrifying shockwaves swept out in all directions. The pill furnaces were blasted open, and within a radius of 100 meters, a huge explosion occurred. The entire Medicine Emperor Hall was rocked by an earth-shattering explosion. The ground trembled unceasingly, and a black mushroom cloud rose up into the sky. At this moment, many cultivators were looking at the Medicine Emperor Hall, their expressions filled with doubt. When Lin Xian saw this scene, he instantly clapped his hands and laughed. You still dare to laugh? I guess the people of the Medicine Emperor Hall hate you to death. Zhao Shui doubled over in laughter at the side. The terrifying sound of the explosion reverberated throughout the Wind Moon City. Many cultivators rushed over, wanting to find out what was going on. However, when they discovered that the pill furnaces of the Medicine Emperor Hall had been blasted into a deep pit, and dozens of elders were charred black, standing on the ground in an abnormally sorry state, everyone was stunned. What's going on? It seems like the furnaces exploded. Some cultivators were puzzled. That shouldn't be, with the standards of the Medicine Emperor Hall, how could their furnaces explode? I think the Pill Emperor Hall must have driven them crazy, the cultivators in the surroundings discussed animatedly, shaking their heads and sighing. Song Yunxing stood in the ruins, his face terrifyingly dark. His body trembled and he roared into the sky. Little bastard, I'm going to kill you. Beside him, Elder Blackheart's chest was also violently trembling. He had misjudged once again. Previously, he patted his chest and was certain that there was no problem with the pill recipe. In the end, the slap to his face was even more thorough. The entire pill furnaces were destroyed. Damn brat, I will definitely catch you and refine you into a pill. Elder Blackheart's body emitted a terrifying aura. At this moment, the people of the Medicine Emperor Hall knew that they had fallen into Lin Shen's trap, but they couldn't say it out loud. How should they say? Could they say that they had stolen the pill recipe? This was a great taboo in the alchemy world. And what they had stolen was a fake pill recipe. This made them even more unable to admit it. A group of alchemy grandmasters actually couldn't distinguish the authenticity of the pill recipe. If this were to spread out, they would probably laugh themselves to death. The elders of the Medicine Emperor Hall roared into the sky, wanting nothing more than to find a hole to burrow into. This feeling was too sullen. On this day, the news of the Medicine Emperor Hall's furnaces exploding spread throughout the Wind Moon City, and even spread to all parts of the Heavenly Mountain Empire. A dignified alchemy magnate actually became the target of ridicule. This situation was too strange. Wherever the people of the Medicine Emperor Hall went, there would be people pointing at them. You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Adventures YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.